Hello all, it's your girl Tiffany, my malicious black beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces high priestess, aka the light that shines like a diamond, also known as your modern day nun, one who isn't within a coven, a convent, or a covenant. I do thank you all for listening and for watching on tonight. If y'all would be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. This is going to be a general reading for the overall collective of any zodiac sign, especially if you are a targeted individual, guys. Okay, this is going to be one of my targeted individual segments. Okay, this is actually going to be an urgent public service announcement specifically for targeted individuals, but of any zodiac sign, guys. Okay, so y'all take the messages that apply, leave the ones that do not. Remember that this can apply to your past, your present, or your future, as well as it may be pertaining to you or any and everyone in between that you may or may not know. With that being said, guys, we're going to get started. Um, so, guys, I do hope y'all are doing well and feeling well on today. Without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, guys, so as I already said, this is an urgent public service announcement, okay? This kind of came to me. Y'all know every once in a while we have a channeled message or we go into a bit of dialogue before we actually get into the reading or anything or what have you. So I am going to do a tarot reading. We're going to do a bit of a spirit reading. We're going to get some messages directly from spirit as well, guys, okay? So, it was like some projection, like some negative energy that was sent my way today. It was like, it wasn't my energy, okay? But it was energy nonetheless, okay? So I'm like, okay. And after a while, like, it was just irritating energy, okay? And I just decided to go to spirit and ask spirit about something, which I don't know how many of you all like have been listening to me for a very long time and seeing my targeted individual videos. Like, a lot of my videos got deleted. I've actually had my channel for a lot longer than it actually says that you can trace back with the videos that I have up now, because a lot of them got deleted when I first started being targeted or what have you. And I finally, I did some research and some studying and all this other kind of stuff and really figured out what was going on or whatever. And so, they triggered me to like delete all my videos and all this other kind of stuff. But anyway, so way back then, like this was years and years ago, when I was really like either praying or meditating on this situation, I'm knowing what's going on or whatever. I'm dealing with it. I'm like, it is what it is, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I began to ask spirit, like the Most High, how long? You know what I'm saying? Like, after I understood what was going on and who was all involved, and the Most High like began to expose all of my enemies and everything like that to me or whatever, I just want to know how long. You know what I'm saying? So I began to ask spirit this, and it was very interesting because with as much you know the several different awakenings that I had and all the influx of information that I was getting or what have you, that question never seemed to quite be answered, okay? And so I pretty much, like, after years of it going on, I really kind of, you know, knew what the answer was, and maybe that was the answer within the answer. So maybe I did get the answer or what have you, but I just, life goes on. The world keeps spinning, and as long as you're living and you're breathing, you got to keep, doing what you have to do to live, to survive, whatever. So that's what I did. But every once in a while, when this negative, this toxic, this evil, wicked kind of demonic energy is being projected on you, it's like irritating to the point where it's like, my God, it has been so long is the same repetitive shit over and over and over again. Like, how long? So, like, I'm perfectly fine. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm used to the energy. Like, I've become a, like, I, have adapted, um, to it or what have you. So, I'm like, okay. I'm just going throughout the day. And it was really kind of a lax day. Like, I got groceries, put up groceries, and it's just kind of been like a chill day. Just been kind of doing whatever or what have you. And, I don't know, after being irritated for a while, I just decided to ask spirits some questions. And I really, like, I knew the answers to the questions, but I wanted, you know how when you want that extra clarification or what have you. So anyway, and the information I'm going to give you all, it really may break you all's heart. Okay. But it's one of those type of things where you have to be strong to be along. Like, because I pretty much knew what the answers was, I had already, um like, consciously made a decision as to how I was going to live, how I was going to survive, how I was going to move forward, and how I was just going to deal with life, knowing what I knew. Okay. But today I just kind of just decided, let me directly ask spirit. Okay. And some other information came out. So for those of you all who are real targeted individuals, okay, not these, you know, secret, uh, cyberbully, gang stalking, fake disinfo agent, um, supposed targeted individuals. Okay, they're the ones that have been planted amongst us to try to basically to make a mockery of us, and they're the same ones that's used to try to target, to gang stalk, and to try to trigger those of us who are real targeted individuals or what have you. So, but those of you all who are real targeted individuals, I know year after year after year, you've just wondered, how long is this going to go on? Like, is this going to be the rest of my life? You know what I'm saying? Because those of us who are real targeted individuals, we don't have anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of their main tactics. When they isolate you, when you get to the point where you're isolated and, like, you're secluded, you're on your own, you don't have a support system and things like that. It's just one of those days where you wake up, and this is after spirit has exposed to you, lifted the veil, exposed to you what is actually going on, exposed to you who all is involved. And that's when you, like, from, like, I seen from outwardly to inwardly, um, when I had the awakening. And then, like, one by one, spirit, those of them that was closest to me, spirit, exposed them to me, and how they wasn't for me, and how I needed to cut them. I don't need them in my life or whatever, because with those of them who are close to you, that is gang stalking you, that's targeting you or whatever, they still isolate you or what have you. These will be people who are not really in your life. They don't support you, they don't love you or care about you like that. But it's a few of them that they will still use, like, randomly, periodically, when it's convenient for them to, pop in and out of your life, just to gaslight you, just to bullshit you, you know what I'm saying? Just to cause you to hassle. But for the most part, we're on our own and all alone type of thing, so whatever. But so I went through that whole phase where spirit exposed to me that, everybody that I was in contact with and around, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's co-workers, whether it's neighbors, professionals, it didn't matter who it was, spirit was exposing, these people to me. It even got to the point where people that I didn't particularly know personally, or even people that I say knew the name of but don't know personally, I was beginning to see them in my third eye, and spirit was showing me what they were doing, and that, they were just another one that was, a part of the setup and working against me. So anyway, guys, today spirit, I just matter of factly asked spirit, how long, is this going to go on? Well, I really went beyond that, and I just, asked a direct question. Is this something that's going to go on forever? until, for the remainder of my life. Okay. And spirit, answer the question and even expose to me um, other persons that's involved, because a lot of those of us who are real targets, many of us get wrapped up into the people who are on a lower level. Those of them who have sold out that we may could randomly run into on a daily basis, whether it's family, old friends, ex-lovers, neighbors, people in our communities and different things like that from day to day that we come into contact with, that they use these people to target us, okay? Because and basically what is done is it's like deflecting from the real culprits behind the entire operation. Okay, those are some very insignificant individuals. You understand what I'm saying? They're on a low level. Yeah, they sold out. They're a part of some type of clique, club, group, gang, secret society, organization, gang stalking group, cult coven, or secret society, or something like that, or what have you. And they're doing so for incentives or whatever is offered to them or given to them, whatever they're bribed or persuaded or tempted with for them to participate, whether they're threatened or bribed or persuaded or paid or whatever the deal is, okay? Um, we get so wrapped up into them that the powers that be try to make us believe that it is them. You know what I'm saying? Um, they've done some very interesting things in my targeting, okay? But they'll try to make it believe, oh, it's your ex, it's your family that's doing it, it's your neighbors, it's your old co-workers and different things, and those people are matter of factly involved. They know that you're a target. They're going along with the setup. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of those people from day to day, the majority of them you probably don't see or don't run into. They're working against you from a distance. You know what I'm saying? So basically, all the people who are on a lower level, it's almost like foot soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Um, like say them like how the military do, okay? It's only those who are like front of the line who they send out and deploy out to go, the soldiers that's boots on the ground who go to war. All of those who are in command, who are high and power in the military, they're at base somewhere behind the scenes, wherever they're posted up at, just giving orders, giving direction, while these individuals are out here putting their lives over, doing whatever the mission is or whatever. It's the same thing with the gang stalkers, okay? And so Spirit broke that down for me today or whatever, but I found it was some quite interesting things. So I just decided to share this with you all, okay? Because not only did Spirit tell me that, well, I'm just gonna tell you this. I asked Spirit, would I be targeted, gang stalked, harassed, like basically persecuted for the rest of my life? I asked Spirit um, who was involved, who was actually, you know what I'm saying, the counterparts, the culprits behind it, like the main operation, not the small, insignificant, low level, low vibrational as individuals. I could care less about them, okay? They're doing little insignificant bullshit for incentives. All those people care about is money, period, okay? But the reason why, if you ever notice, the reason why, they all look like they got a secret to tell or whatever is because, and they all got the same scripted responses, is because they're in fact being controlled themselves, okay? They can't say anything or do anything or whatever without permission, okay? With those of them who are, you know what I'm saying? So I asked Spirit who was actually involved, okay? Um, I also asked Spirit because another thing is a lot of the gang stalking, especially cyber bullies, especially. They try to make it seem like when a person is enduring something, whether it's, I've heard people make it seem like, oh, um, witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, or voodoo only affects you. Well, believe it or not, fake phony Christians will tell you, oh, if you don't believe in that sort of thing, it wouldn't affect you. Okay, and then you have the those sold out gang stalking cyber bullies that would make you to believe that when a person is enduring in any type of way, then it's judgment, it's karma. So I matter of factly ask spirit, is this your doing? Are you a part of this? Is this happening due to karma, judgment, whatever? I asked Spirit these questions and I matter of factly got an answer. Okay? So it was a lot of different things that I broke down or whatever, and Spirit gave me an answer. And so then I decided, I'm like, you know what? I'm really kind of wondering if this applies to all of us who are real targeted individuals, okay? My spirit guides told me that yes, I would be targeted and persecuted for the remainder of my life here on earth, okay? My spirit guides also told me that it is the United States government, the wealthy elite in power, as well as it's the United States government as well as the Chinese government, China, that is running these operations with this illegal technology, that's basically funding this black budget operations of what's going on. Okay. um the Most High told me, matter of factly, that this is not karma, this is not judgment. And because I matter of factly asked the Most High, are you a part of this? Are you doing this with, are you participating with this with? I even, when Spirit told me no, I even went as far as to matter of factly ask the Most High, did you give permission to Lucifer to target me, to persecute me, to sabotage or ruin my life in any way? And the Most High matter of factly told me no. So not only do you not spiritually have the right or the permission to target me or persecute me, so you're going against spiritual laws. Okay? Not to mention all of the legal laws that you are breaking. Okay? Um anyway, guys, so there's a lot of different things that I ask, and I'm going to do it again for you all because I want to see if this applies for all of us. But this is going to break a lot of people's hearts, those of us who are real targeted individuals. And this is the reason why I say you have to be strong to be alone, because I had already made this conscientious decision. I knew the answers to these questions really before I asked, and because it was like years and years and years that I was asking Spirit, how long? How long? You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting up here, I'm like, there's no way that I can be living righteously. I'm not living in sin. I'm not doing wrong. I'm not living foul. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. Okay? Um, and this is continuously being allowed. This is continuously going on. Okay? There's no way that when I was living in sin and of this world, I was not being attacked like this. But when I'm living righteously, I'm vigorously attacked, seemingly by everyone. I'm hated more than a serial killer, a rapist, a trafficker, a womanizer, woman beaten as individual. You know what I'm saying? There's some of the worst, most foul people in the world who has friends, family, and fans. And you wake up one day as a real targeted individual and you have nothing and you have no one. And you're made to believe, like they purposely do things to make you believe, oh, it's your fault. You are the problem. You understand what I'm saying? But you look around and everything that's evil and wicked and sinister and demonic in the world that other people we know are matter of factly a part of, and these people are living free as a bird. Untouched, unscathed, unharmed, not being stalked, not being harassed, like nothing. A lot of wickedness is going on in the world. And nothing is being done. So I matter of factly wanted to know. And you know, it kind of frustrated me, but at the same time I knew the answer, because I mean, especially when it comes to the government has never obtained or created a successful weapon that they stopped using. They are matter of factly still doing mind, still putting, doing forms of mind control and brainwashing on people. They are matter of factly using technology to manipulate energies, to manipulate all kinds of things, all kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so I really thought about these things. I'm like, there's no way that you could have that a person could live a regular life. And if you think about it, out of everything that a targeted individual goes through, if everything that is being done to you was stopped right now, today, you still would not be happy. You still would not be fulfilled, because it's not like it feels like the worst violation. Just think about somebody being physically violated right now, okay? And how you would feel after. That's how it feels. How do you go on living a life after people have illegally surveillanced you in the privacy of your own home? Watch you sleep, watch you take a bath, watch you use the restroom, watch you, all kinds of ways. Ways that, that you would shield yourself or cover yourself from other people, that other people haven't even seen you in that way. And the audacity of these people to do this. How do you ever be in a relationship with anybody again when everybody they send towards your way is a op, is a catfish, is somebody who has been assigned to you, recruited to you, just being sent in like a handler to use you and abuse you? You can't trust being with anybody ever again. You get close to somebody, you got people trying to doing spell work on you, trying to drug you, trying to poison you, and then, you know what I'm saying, you can't be intimate with anybody ever again because, they send people in that, and they're sitting back watching you be intimate with another person or recording you in some type of way to exploit people in some type of way. Like, that's being done to people. How do you go on living your life in this fucked up ass world after being invaded like that? After you have come face to face with people who are supposed to be professionals in power who did nothing to help you, and you have matter of factly watched them groom your child right in front of you, manipulate your child right in front of you, molest your child right in front of you, play mind games with you, gaslight you right in front of you, do malicious things to you right in front of you. How do you go on with your life after you know HIPAA laws and have been violated? Have you been stalked and harassed and illegally surveillanced? Your phones have been tapped. You have been hacked. All kinds of shit. And on top of it, if everything was to stop right now today, you still wouldn't be able to live comfortably. You're going to forever know that these sick, twisted, discriminating, hating, racist, colorist, or whatever people have done this to you. So I matter of factly asked spirit some things or what have you. And I was thinking afterwards, I told myself, I was like, I knew the answer to this stuff. I had already knew the answer. I just wanted a matter of fact answer from spirit. But I had decided long time ago, if I wasn't going to have freedom, if freedom didn't exist, if liberty didn't exist, if justice didn't exist, if happiness didn't really exist, if I couldn't have what I wanted in my life, then I didn't want anything at all. Because you may continue to use and abuse me, but I'm going to minimize that every chance I get. And if that means living the rest of my life without having sex, so be it. If that means living the rest of my life without being in a relationship ever again, so be it. Because I'm not going to allow you to use that avenue to send somebody in to hurt me, harm me, endanger me or my child, manipulate me or control me in any fucking way ever the fuck again in my life. If I can't work somewhere without being targeted, without being harassed, then that means that I'm going to do what I need to do to not to work for anybody else, to work for myself. I'm going to minimize the shit the tools, the tactics that they are using to sabotage and ruin your life. Because at this point, once you're a targeted individual for years upon years, you're just coping. You're just surviving. It's the same repetitive shit over and over and over again. It's like some type of program that is like run on fucking repeat. Okay? Um, and even though there's this dark, sinister, dynamic to what they are doing, not everything is witchcraft. A lot of it is technology. A lot of it is artificial intelligence, spyware, and all different type of shit. So anyway, guys, that's gonna, and don't get down. Don't get sad, because I'm not telling you this, that anybody this to trigger them in any type of way, break anybody down in any type of way. But those of us who are real targets, you need to know that it's likely to be like this for the remainder of our lives. And that's just what it is. So you got to figure out how you're going to live, how you're going to survive, how you're going to make it without having friends, without having a lover, without having family, without having support. You got to become in tune and in love with yourself. Love yourself when nobody else do. Appreciate yourself when nobody else do. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today, guys. Okay, so we're gonna get into the spirit reading price. Okay, and we're just gonna matter of factly ask spirit some direct questions according to the the spirit board that I'm gonna be using here. If the pendulum rocks forwards and backwards, it's a no answer. If it rocks left to right, that's a yes answer. Okay. If it rocks any other way, spirit could be asking me to rephrase or giving me a maybe answer, guys. Okay, so we're going to tap into this, okay? But this is the truth that the powers that be don't want you to know. It's unjust, it's unfair, it's unorthodox, it's illegal, and a lot of other things. It's a hate crime. A lot of other things can be said about what's being done. But the fact of the matter is, you know what I'm saying? If the government is spying on you, the likelihood that they'll be like, you know what, we should just stop doing this to the collective. We're not going to turn the machines or turn it on. We're not going to do this anymore. These are some soulless, heartless ass individuals, okay? It turns them on to see people suffer. That's their pleasure. They're not going to wake up one day and they're going to be remorseful or sorry for what they have done to destroy humanity, to destroy the planet. All they care about is themselves, no matter what they say. And the wealthy elite, they are still racist. They are still prejudiced. They still discriminate against us. See, it's the lower level wealthy, they hire and they bring in, put in different positions, lower level wealthy people that tolerate melanated people, okay? And they put up a good front. And not all of them are particularly racist, but those of them who call themselves the rulers and the masters of the world, the really, really wealthy elite, oh, they are matter of factly racist. Prejudice. They're matter of factly discriminating. And it's not even just about one particular race. They hate us the most. But it's Native Americans, it's Latinas, it's Mexicans, it's, any other race of color as well. And that's just matter of fact. And you got a lot more people in the world who are colorist. So you even have people of your own race who are working against you as well. But these are individuals who are sellouts. And I used to find it so interesting when I first started being targeted. The powers that be used to play this game. Besides trying to make me believe that it was everybody but them that was targeting me and attacking me. Because they do this back and forth type of thing. Some days they attack you like, they hate you to damn death, and other days they attack, they act like they're on your side, and it's other people that's actually doing the attacking. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I observe very well, you know what I'm saying? I'm a free thinker. I'm like, if that's the case, I got to the point where I blatantly told them, stop sending me your subliminal bullshit. Because if it's really other people who are doing this and you're not a part of it, then why aren't you helping me? Then why aren't you stopping it? See, they expose themselves. But they used to do this thing when they wasn't doing that. They did it a lot. They'll make you believe, oh, it's your family, it's your exes, and those people are involved. They're very much involved. They're the ones who benefit the most. For if you get set up, if you get sacrificed, if you anything happen to you, they're the ones that benefit the most. And they hoping and a wishing and a dreaming and a praying for those of them who are working against you, okay? But the powers that be, they'll go between doing that or whatever. They'll say it's anybody except for you, to do anything to keep you from believing it's them. When it is, in fact, them, okay? But they used to do this other thing. They used to subliminally do this thing where, like, I would go places and Caucasian people would be nice to me, you know? And everybody black that I encountered was rude to me, was mean to me, was hostile towards me, were the ones that were bullying me and attacking me. And then they was, like subliminally send me these messages like, see, it's not us white people that's attacking you, it's your own kind. They're the ones that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was coming off. And I'm like, bullshit, it's all of y'all. Okay? We're not going to play sides here. Okay? Yeah. I don't discriminate. I don't give a damn what color you are. It's all of you. You know what I'm saying? But this is the game that they play. You know what I'm saying? Because, some things, some ways that they target you, it's like tailor made to you. You understand what I'm saying? Depending on your beliefs and how you live your life and different things like that or whatever. Some things is tailor made to targeting you specifically to make your targeting experience personal. Okay? Now, there's like there's a lot of things that they do. It's just like what everybody get that's a targeted individual, and then there's certain things that's like tailor made to personally fit you and your situation. You understand what I'm saying? But I used to realize that. And when I say this, okay, I'm not talking about regular everyday average Joe Caucasian people who just live in life to the best of their ability like any other race person in the world. Okay, I'm specifically speaking of very wealthy elite people, persons in government, persons in power, and different things like that. Okay, they're the ones who are doing it. They're the ones who are behind it. They're the ones who's funding the operation, that knows it's going on, that's not doing a fuck thing about it. Okay. So, you don't have to necessarily look, sideways, at the Caucasian person you run into at the store or that lives next door to you or something like that. Now, it doesn't mean that person don't know you're a targeted individual and they, recruited them on a lower level to be a part of your targeting to target you in some type of way. But I'm saying you don't have to look at every, person, because it could be anybody of any race. It doesn't matter. But it's really heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. I don't know how many others of you, but it'd be really heartbreaking. I'd just be looking at some of these people, especially those of them who are melanated, okay? Who are my own, race, own kind, who do these things. And it's just amazing to me. It's like, it's really appalling just how many people get involved in this. And I'm like, the money, the incentives, or whatever, it's really got to be good for y'all to be involved in this shit like this. And for you to work against your own kind. It's like they so smug. It's like they be proud of themselves almost for doing the shit they're doing. But it's really heartbreaking. Because it's like you're working again. You're sold out to, and you're working for individuals who don't even give a damn about you. They're just using you to do their dirty work while they sit back and watch. And you work against your own kind, you set up, you sacrifice your own kind, and then, you pat yourself on the back, and other people that's in your little group and shit, y'all get together and, celebrate with one another like you've done a good fucking job, while you sit back and wait on your fucking incentive for tearing down your own damn race. Meanwhile, the very people that you sold out to and working for, they would never do such a thing for you against their own damn kind. So beautiful. It's heartbreaking. But anyway, guys, we're going to get into this. So I decided I was going to share this with you all because I'm like, this is going to break a lot of targeted individuals' hearts, real targeted individuals, okay, who's still clinging on to some type of faith or hope or belief that, you know, it's going to stop one day, things will get better one day. And it doesn't mean that you won't have good days ever again in your life. It doesn't mean that, you know, the frequencies can't get turned down one day and then it appears that everything is okay. It doesn't mean any of that. What it means is, once they've turned that machine on and started the shit, they can't turn it off. They can't stop it. I mean, they could, but they refuse to. They don't. So let's talk to spirit, guys. Spirit, can you give me clear and accurate messages, please, as it relates to those of us who are targeted individuals, okay? Will we be targeted, gang stalked, harassed, persecuted for the rest of our life, Spirit? Those of us who are really being targeted, will we be persecuted and targeted for the remainder of our life here on earth, Spirit? Hopefully you all can see this. That's a yes. Thank you, Spirit. So, like I said, Spirit is saying for those of us who are real targeted individuals, this is likely going to continue to occur for the remainder of our life. Let's ask Spirit, those of us who are being targeted, who are being gang stalked, harassed, illegally surveillanced, bullied, invaded, violated privacy, human rights, is that our karma, Spirit? Is that our karma or judgment the reason why we are being targeted? Have we done something wrong to be targeted, Spirit? Is it our karma, our judgment from you? Is it our karma or our judgment? Have we done something wrong to be treated in this manner? That is a no. So it is not our karma. It is not our judgment. Okay? Or anything like that. Okay? Spirit, are you facilitating, helping, guiding the persons who are targeting us to do this to us? Have you approved this to be done to us, Spirit? Have you given the permission or approval to attack us, target us, harass us, stalk us, illegally surveillance us, invade us, or violate us in any way, Spirit? Is this your will that is being done, us being targeted, Spirit? Is it your will that is being done? That's a no. Spirit is saying this is not the work of God. God did not order this. God did not approve this. It's just not God's doing as to why we are being targeted. While it's still rocking no, guys, I'm going to ask the next question. Spirit, for those of us who are being targeted in the United States, is the United States government who is funding the operation of this targeted individual program? Is it the United States government? You see it immediately started rocking, yes. Spirit, is the Chinese government involved in gang stalking and harassing American citizens or even their own citizens, Spirit? Are the Chinese and Americans working together to target their citizens? That is a yes, guys. So both the United States and the United States of America, as well as China, are targeting citizens around the world. They're funding this operation. They are tracking us. They are tracing us. They are invading and violating our privacy, our human rights, constitutional rights, everything. Civil rights, human rights, everything. Spirit, are there any other governments that are involved, any other countries that are involved in this targeting program, this gang stalking program? Are there any other countries that are involved, Spirit? Any other governments that are involved? Yes. Yeah. Spirit, did you give Lucifer permission to target us, to attack us, or to persecute us in any way? Did you give permission to Lucifer to target us, to persecute us, to harass us, to invade or violate us in any way, Spirit? No. Lucifer, so there are spiritual laws that are being broken. The Most High is saying that it did not even give Lucifer permission. You know how you hear some people say, oh, Lucifer has to get permission from God to do this and to do that. Lucifer didn't get no permission to sabotage and ruin our lives, to target us, to gang stalk us, to harass us, to persecute us. Spirit, are there extraterrestrial beings, alienistic beings, whether they're called reptilians, draconians, shapeshifters, or any kind here on this earth, that are facilitating in this harassment, this persecution of those of us who are being targeted? Are there any evil, wicked, demonic, extraterrestrial beings, alienistic beings here on this earth who is facilitating these governments in targeting and attacking particular persons here on this earth, Spirit? Can you give me a clear answer, Spirit? Are there extraterrestrial beings, alienistic beings here on this earth, Spirit? That is a yes. They're here. And they're helping the governments to target certain ones of us, to attack certain ones of us. Because we're awake, because we're aware, because we see the truth, because we speak the truth, because we know the truth is why we are being targeted. Not because we've done anything wrong, not because we are bad people or anything like that, okay? Because if you got, this is the reason why, if you got rapists out here, you got child abductors out here, okay? You got demonic ass black witches out here that's doing death magic on people. You got serial killers out here. You got human traffickers and all kinds of shit out here. Organ harvesters out here that you ain't looking for, that you ain't doing nothing about. They stay bragging and boasting about all this fucking technology they got, but you can't find none of these billions, none of these hundreds of thousands of millions of children that go missing every damn year. That's underground. It's in cages and different shit. Not the CIA, not the FBI, but I bet you they got a file on your ass. Those of us that's being targeted. I bet you they can tell you any part of your damn business right the hell now. I bet you they're listening to what I'm saying, watching what I'm doing right the hell now. This is how you can do something in the privacy of your own home, and then you go right online and one of your cyber bullies is speaking on something that you spoke about in the privacy of your own home. They can try to steal your work and put it out quicker than you and can't do it better than you before the hell you do it. To try to make it seem like they did it first, they said it first, or some type of shit like that. How's that possible? If you're not invading and violating a person's privacy, if you're not surveillancing them in the privacy of their own home. And no, maybe not everybody got hidden cameras in their home, but you got cameras on your laptops, you got cameras on your tablets, you got cameras on your phones, you got cameras in your TV, your smart TVs and shit. Some of you got cameras in your smart devices that you use even in your kitchen. Those of you who do have hidden cameras in your home, they're in your vents, they're in your smoke detectors, they're in your electrical sockets, they're in the light fixtures up there by your light bulbs and different things like that. Those of you who got cameras actually in your home yourself, they're watching you through those, they're hacking into those. Spirit is saying that the Most High is saying, no, this is not karma. This is not judgment. This is not the Most High's doing. The Most High didn't grant these people permission or approval to do these things to us. So they're breaking spiritual laws as well as legal laws. What I'm trying to figure out is, what was the fucking point of you coming up with a Bill of Rights and putting it in black and white? What was the point of you coming up with a United States Constitution? What was the point in telling people that there was liberty and there was justice and freedom for all if you just told a blatant fucking lie? Spirit, those of us who are targeted individuals who are being persecuted, um, are witches being, are there dark witches who have been recruited to do witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, and voodoo on us? Are there dark witches that have been recruited to do spell work on us, Spirit? Are there dark witches that have been recruited to do spell work on those of us who are targeted individuals and being persecuted, Spirit? Yes. Spirit, is there artificial intelligence that is being used to manipulate technology, to manipulate the frequencies of our minds and our bodies, Spirit? Is this also a tactic that they are using to spy on us, to watch us, to control us? Yes. Spirit, are the powers that be using are the powers that be, or the extraterrestrials, the alienistic beings, the demonic ones that's here on this earth using, are they the beings that's using the telepathy to project negative energy towards us? Are they using synthetic telepathy, Spirit? Or is there telepathy from these demonic alienistic beings that's here on this earth that is being used? Yes. Yes, Spirit is saying. Spirit, did you grant the permission or approval of the extraterrestrial beings here on this earth to target and attack us? Did you grant the permission and approval of these extraterrestrial beings here on this earth to target and attack or persecute us in any way? No. Spirit, are there extraterrestrial beings, demonic alienistic beings that are helping and assisting the governments, the United States governments, the Chinese government? Are there extraterrestrial beings, demonic forces that aren't human, that are helping and assisting the evil, wicked ones that run, rule, and control the world? Yes. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, those of us who are being targeted, are being persecuted, are we being persecuted and targeted because we are awakened, because we know the truth or speak the truth? Are we being targeted and attacked because we know the truth and we're speaking the truth, Spirit? Yes. Are we being targeted for money? Are they trying to sacrifice us for the purposes of money, Spirit? Yes. Yeah. That's what's going on, y'all. That's what's going on. Spirit, will these governments, third party security agencies, governments ever stop targeting and attacking us in any way? Will they ever stop persecuting us, targeting or attacking us, Spirit? Will they ever stop targeting or attacking us, Spirit? No. Spirit, those of us who are true and real, authentic, targeted individuals who are being persecuted here on this earth, will it remain that way until we die, until we leave this earthly realm? Will it remain that way until we leave this earthly realm, Spirit? Yes. So those are the spirit messages. Yeah. I just wanted to share that with you. I was curious to actually see. I asked a little bit. I asked a few more. I asked several more questions actually than I asked about myself. I just the questions that I told y'all I asked. I asked Spirit, was I going to be persecuted and targeted for the rest of my life? I asked Spirit, was uh, was it my karma or judgment the reason why I'm being persecuted or attacked? And I asked Spirit, did you give Lucifer the permission? And I asked Spirit, was Spirit involved? And in like was this God's will for this to be done to us or what have you? And I kind of left it at that. Also, I did ask about who was actually targeting and attacking us, and I got both the United States and China, okay? But we know that there are people all over the world who could be going through these things, who could be in different areas. But I would definitely say if you're in the United States um, and you're a targeted individual, it's both the United States government, the wealthy elite, as well as the Chinese government and wealthy elite in China who is targeted. Because all of our, what Americans do not know is that all of our information, those of us who are American, all of our information is being sent to China. China has everybody's information, even more than the people who are in uh, America. Okay, the United States been in bed with China for a long time, guys. Okay, that's what they don't want to tell you. Okay, but what this message is about today was me exposing the truth that the powers that be don't want you to know. That once you're a target, you're always a target. Okay, that's the reason why they blackball you. That's the reason why they basically red list you and you unjustly are put on the government watch list, because they're the real threat to our national security. They're the real terrorists, not any of us. Yeah, we're the ones that's being targeted and attacked. Our lives are the ones that's being sabotaged and ruined. And year after year, our life is being wasted. Those of us that they are unable to sacrifice, our year after year, our life is being wasted. Years and years is being wasted to prolong us, to stagnate us. And they're doing things every one of those years, all year long, to block us from having love, to block us from having support, from block us from having a career, to block us from having happiness, to block us from succeeding, progressing, achieving, accomplishing great things, or what have you. Yeah, basically stalling them out, basically stalling us out, wasting every year of our life until we're too old to that it don't fucking matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get a certain age, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't got love, you likely ain't gonna ever have love. If you don't have a career, you likely ain't gonna ever have a career. If you haven't, been successfully accomplish anything and have, stability and security and the finances, money, or resources, or wealth, or whatever it is, or whatever you're likely not to have. So they're stalling us out. Yeah. But that's the truth that the powers that be don't want you to know. And like I said, there are days where they can turn the frequencies down. Okay? And you may not be getting that, whether you want to call it, it's synthetic telepathy. Okay? But, whether you want to call it voice to skull or V2K, it's synthetic telepathy. Okay? Days that you're not dealing with that, days that seem like it's a regular day and everything is okay, it's just because they've turned the frequencies down. It's just because they're not using the technology to manipulate anything around you. And it'll seem like, for a glimpse of a second of a moment, it'll seem like one of those regular days that you had before you knew you were a targeted individual, before you started being attacked and everything just, went to shit. Yeah. So that's what's going on here, guys. Some of you may even be appalled to know that, especially those of you who are American, that China is involved. But I knew China, China is going to infiltrate the United States at some point in time. For those of you who are unaware of that, anyway, but it's all a part of the plan. But I knew China was involved. If you notice, there's more and more. Of their culture who is actually living in America right now, as well as there's a lot more of their companies that, like, in their products, well, their stuff has been sold, like the majority of the stuff that a lot of you have was made in China or Taiwan or something anyway. Okay, but these were like supposedly American companies, you know what I'm saying, like American things, but they was getting the stuff made cheaper over there or what have you, but you thought they were coming from American companies. Now it's a widely acceptable actual Chinese companies who is like booming in sales, okay, um, in the United States, okay? So gradually, slowly but surely, they are taking over, okay? You're seeing more and more Asian culture people not only live in America, but more and more of them who are marrying, being sent over here, and they are marrying Americans as well. They literally have been in bed with each other for a very long time, okay? And for those of you who don't know, that's who owns TikTok. Okay, that's the reason why way back when Trump was speaking against, like taking TikTok down and different things like that. That's one of they have many different ways to do it. Y'all need to understand, China is the lead in technology. Okay, China is using technology that they haven't even introduced to Americans in America yet. Anyway, it's still being used, but it haven't been introduced to Americans the way it's being used in China. Okay, but China is collecting the hell out of people's information and data just by you being on TikTok, like all of your information and data. Okay, the majority of you all, like a lot of the like ring cameras and different things like that, it come from companies over there. Okay, look at your products and the things you have. But there's like Temu is booming like right now or whatever, but Temu is a Chinese company. Okay, I guarantee you they get the most sales from America. I guarantee it. Yeah, all of those companies, Wish, um, I'm not sure how many people even use Wish anymore. Temu is way better than Wish ever was, but um, a lot of other companies, okay? But slowly but surely, you see a major takeover, okay? And all you have to do is look at how the Chinese treat their own citizens over there, and to think that they would give a damn about treating Americans any better. You know what I'm saying? They collecting their own citizens data. So it's not like, they're treating their citizens grand, and they're doing this hostile, hasty things to Americans. No, it don't matter who the hell you are. Okay? But they are the lead in technology right now. So, they got the scoop on everybody. On everything. Everywhere. But anyway, guys. Some of you could be, yeah. Some of you could be you could be self-sufficient and abundant. Spirit is saying, or you're meant to be self-sufficient and abundant. Somebody is like a natural born leader. You're meant to be some type of leader of some kind here, okay? Yeah, something has to do with wealth as well. Something has to do with a large amount of money and wealth here. Okay? Either this is your energy or this is the energy of individuals who are involved. Spirit is saying. Okay? Yeah. You got the nine of earth, the 10 of earth, and the fortune's wheel here. Okay? With the Empress and the Hierophant here. Okay? The 9 of earth is independent, self-sufficient, abundant, mature, type of energy. The 10 of earth is like literally wealth, luxury, okay? Even the fortune's wheel speaks to fortune, fate, destiny, and different things, okay? Somebody who is being targeted, either this is like you're supposed to be in this energy, or persons who are working against you. This could speak to the wealthy elite, these persons who are high up in power, these leaders, these very wealthy leaders who are doing this. Let's see what else is going on here. Some of you could be really introverted. You're to yourself, you're by yourself, you're on your own, you're all alone. You may spend a lot of time in solitude or isolation. You could work alone, you could just be single, or what have you here. Whoever you are, I feel like you've reached a level of spiritual mastery, okay? You've really gone within and meditated and contemplated on a lot of things, Spirit is saying. Reflected on a lot of things, Spirit is saying. Okay? Could be the reason why some of you are being targeted or attacked in the ways that you are. I'm seeing the King of Fire, or excuse me, the King of Air. Okay, Queen of Fire. Somebody, Spirit, why is the 9 of Earth here? Why is the 9 of Earth here? I'm seeing the King of Water here. There's a lot of people involved here. I'm seeing a lot of face cards here, okay? So this could definitely be, these wealthy elite who are who are facilitating people being targeted, being gang stalked, being illegally invaded and violated, okay? They're committing a hate crime. This is cruel and unusual punishment. This is domestic terrorism, okay? Like I said, they are the threat to our national security, okay? Yeah, very powerful, influential people here, because now I'm seeing the Emperor and the Star here as well. King of Air, the bottom of the deck. Spirit, why is the 9 of Earth here? Yeah, there's definitely a lot of powerful people. I'm seeing this Emperor again. A lot of powerful people involved. I'm seeing the King of Fire. Spirit, who else is involved in this torture and this harassment here? Yeah, I'm seeing the 5 of Air and the 5 of Fire here. So the 5 of Air is all about conflict, defeat, hostility. It's plot twists. It's abusive in nature. The 5 of Fire is jealousy, envy, hatred, spitefulness, competition, retaliation, punishment, payback, revenge. Yeah. These individuals are in the fives, okay? Two fives make a 10. Tens are endings and completion, Spirit is saying. Yeah, I'm seeing here the three of earth here. These people are working together, okay? For the purposes of money, Spirit is saying here. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing the king of earth here. There's a lot of people who are involved in this. Especially, there are feminines, but especially masculines. Okay? I feel like whoever you are, you're very passionate about your work, very dedicated to the work that you do. Something is very significant to your job, your occupation, or your career. Whoever you are, you're meant to be like this powerful leader. You're supposed to be. Okay? They could be trying to block or stop someone from fulfilling the prophecy or stepping, fulfilling their destiny or life purpose. Spirit is saying. Yeah. There's a lot of things that these individuals who collaborated together for the purposes of money that's doing, they're a lot of things that they're doing behind the scenes, behind closed doors. A lot of criminal activity, a lot of shady people and dirty dealings that is involved as it relates to the situation, Spirit is saying. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Tower and transformation here. Tower, transformation, 10 of water. Yeah. This tower speaks to chaos, tragedies, upheavals, okay? Um, Destructions, deceptions, disruptions, okay? It's problems of any kind here, okay? Transformation is literally the death card. Yeah. So this conflict that they're causing, this defeat that they're causing, this hostility, this hostile energy, this is meant to wipe people out, take people out, eliminate individuals here, Spirit is saying here. This conflict is being caused by this group of individuals who's collaborated together to cause this chaos, this tragedies, and this upheavals here, okay? There's jealousy, envy, hatred, spitefulness, and competition, and this is the reason why they're indulged in all this criminal activity, all these secret things and hidden things and these cover-ups that's going on behind the scenes to kill people, to sacrifice people, to eliminate people, Spirit is saying. With the Hierophant and the Eight of Earth here, whoever you are, like, you are meant to be um somebody was meant to be like a powerful leader of some kind. I'm seeing the Queen of Air here. These face cards are coming back out again. I put them all back in the deck, Spirit is saying. King of Air, Queen of Air, King of Air, King of Earth, King of Fire. There's a lot of people. A lot of people involved here. Okay? Yeah. I'm also seeing the Ace of Air here. You know, some type of truth or clarity here. You may have spoke some type of truth or clarity about this wealth, about some type of abundance here. They're trying to steal this from you, take this from you. They don't want you to have this power, this authority. They don't want you to be in this leadership position. They're targeting you, attacking you. Me, I'm included in this as well. Yeah, look, High Priestess here. You have the Empress, Hierophant, High Priestess here with the Nine of Earth, 10 of Earth, Fortune's Wheel, Hermit, Ace of Fire, 8 of Earth, Ace of Air, High Priestess here. So you have the 8, 9, and 10 of Earth here. Empress, Hierophant, High Priestess, Fortune's Wheel, Hermit. All major arcanas here. Then the Ace of Fire and the Ace of Air. There's something about your strength, your passion, your power, your courageous energy, and you knowing some type of truth of clarity, because this is sitting here on either side of this Eight of Earth here, okay? So this has to do with like maybe the work that you do, your dedication into something, your mastery, your skill, or something in some effort here, okay? Yeah, they want you in mental conflict. They want you stressed, worried, depressed, dealing with anxiety. They want you dealing with burdens, hardships, problematic situations, having a lot of responsibilities. Um, yeah. They want you feeling overworked, overwhelmed, Spirit is saying. Spirit, what else is going on here? Yeah. Something about your strength. I keep seeing strength here as well, Spirit is saying. So I feel like you're someone who's strong-willed, you're strong-minded. I definitely feel like you've had to stand your ground against your oppressors, your haters, your bullies, your naysayers, okay? Strength is all about having faith and courage, okay? Confidence. Yeah. Somebody is meant to be a star here, okay? Or either you shine very brightly, or somebody was meant to be a star, like it was written. You were supposed to be a powerful leader, like a great leader. You were supposed to be a star of some kind. Very popular, well known, and like they've tried to strip this from you. Like they try to change destiny or fate, your fate in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Spirit is saying. Because they didn't want you to have this wealth. They want you to steal your wealth. But I mean, you know, when it comes to the powers that be, that's what they have done best. Steal land, steal oil, steal gold, steal heritages, steal wealth. This is why they have all the power that they have in the first place. Spirit, any other messages? King of Water here again. A lot of masculines here. A lot of people in power here. You have all the kings out here. King of Fire, King of Earth, King of Air, and the King of Water. You have the Queen of Air out here. Yeah. They caused you conflict and defeat and out of hostility, out of jealousy, envy, hatred, spitefulness, and competition to have you burdens, dealing with hardships and problematic situations here. This team, this group of individuals collaborated together in secret to work against you in secret, to cause you heartache, heartbreak, sadness, sorrow, misery, pain, and anguish. Okay? Yeah. Tower with transformation here. I'm seeing the Eight of Air here. They wanted to keep you stuck, restricted, unable to move or get out of a situation. They either wanted to keep you trapped or captive or hostage in poverty, or they could have wanted you imprisoned or like locked down, locked up, or just stuck in some type of way. This is sitting here with the Tower and transformation here, okay? It's like they wanted to keep you stuck or trapped until they could successfully sacrifice you, so that they could steal your legacy, so they could steal your destiny, so they could steal your wealth, your land, your estate, your property. Yeah. The Ten of Fire, the Three of Air, the Eight of Air. I'm seeing the Queen of Earth here. There's a lot of people who are involved. A lot of people. Yeah. They wanted you in mental conflict. They wanted you under mind control. They also wanted you to silence you. They also wanted you like institutionalized in some type of way. Hospitalized or institutionalized under mind control. Nine of Air, Four of Air. Yeah. This is what they were plotting. This is what they were planning. This is what they were scheming. Okay? But they know that you know the truth. You could have even spoke out about this truth. Spirit is saying. Yeah. They didn't want you to have emotional fulfillment here. Your strength, your you being courageous is what makes you a star, what makes you a leader. You're supposed to have emotional fulfillment in all areas of life, Spirit is saying. Yeah, this is ultimate betrayal, what they did to you. Ten of air. It's betrayal, it's disloyalty, it's sabotage, it's ruin, it's fatal endings, it's a hate crime, it's brutality. Okay? Yeah, this was the judgment call that they made here to ultimately betray you. Ten of air with the call. This is the judgment card here. Ten of air was judgment. Sitting here with the tower. Transformation in the eight of air. It's like they wanted you in mental conflict. They wanted you under mind control. They wanted you do something to have you institutionalized or hospitalized, where they were going to ultimately betray you. That was the judgment call that they made here. Okay, I feel like they were in once you were in that state, they were going to sacrifice you. They were going to kill you, Spirit is saying. They could even still be plotting and planning and scheming this ridiculous ass plot, but they know that you know the truth. This could be for me, this could be for any of you who are targeted individuals, Spirit is saying. You've definitely endured a lot. I feel like you've put a lot of all these people, they've put a lot of hard work, time, energy, and effort working against you, attacking you. Also, guys, I meant to tell you too, when we were doing the spirit reading portion, a lot of you, especially those of you who are in the United States, you probably assume that people you know personally or witches in your family or something are the ones that's been vigorously doing spell work on you. Many of them, they're doing like, they may be doing they could be doing spell work on you or what have you, but there are other people even in other countries. Okay, the Chinese culture, they know, they do know a lot of shit. Okay, healing techniques. Okay, spiritual things, spell work, and different things like that. Many of us who are in the United States, there were persons overseas that was doing spell work on us, trying to kill us, trying to take us out. Some of them, you may have had people from, just depending on who you are, Africa, China, other places overseas, persons doing spell work on you. Y'all have had from wealthy elite to government officials to celebrities doing spell work on you, spying on you, watching you, illegally invading and violating you. This is the truth the powers that be didn't want you to know. To identify them, because these are the untouchables. You know, I call them the untouchables. They think they think that they can see all. And they know all. And they think that they can do without wills, because that shall be the whole of the law. And they think you can't see them. And you don't know them. And you can't touch them. I don't know about nobody else, but my spirit guys is matter of factly exposing exactly the culprits. See, these people who are low level, low life, low vibrational as individuals, they are insignificant. I could care less to what them people think, to what they are doing. They are like fucking tadpoles. They ain't the ones that matter. They're not that was so improper English. They ain't the ones that matter. They are not the individuals that really matter. They are not the individuals. They know that this shit is going on. They have been recruited on a lower level, okay? And the incentives they are getting, it's not even enough to get them out the hood. They are foolish as individuals that sold their soul. They just another individuals who done bit the damn dust around here, okay? They're insignificant. I could care less as to what they think about me, how they feel about me, what you say about me, your gossip, your rumors, your slanders, it don't matter. You're not funding the fucking operation. You ain't smart enough to have access to, or control all the technology and different shit that they have. Okay? None of your kitchen magic bullshit is of significance at all. None of your gossip or your rumors is cared about at all. That's why that shit don't bother me. People been talking about me since I was a fucking since I was way young. And even though I went through abuse in different type of ways, I wasn't the type that walked around that was dirty and nasty. I had nice clothes on, name brand stuff, looked clean, shiny and fresh and everything. I got picked on for being too fucking dark skinned. A person would see all the lines in my hands and different things and call me an old lady. That's wisdom, bitch. Like, I don't care. I've been being talked about since I was a fucking kid. I don't care nothing about that. I've never had a friend a day before in my life. Never had a real friend a day before in my life. Never experienced love. Never had a fucking orgasm. Never been pleased to the fullest sexually. Like, come on. The petty shit that these people be around here doing, I could care less about. The lower level, I could care the fuck less about. Where your boss at? Because I'm the one that's up in here that like to talk back. Okay? Yeah, they the ones that's funding the operations. They the ones that's doing all the shit. They the ones that's sitting behind the scenes watching. They get their rocks off watching. They like watching what they looking at. They the ones that's doing it. Many of you got people that's doing spell work on you. High ranking witches and warlocks that's over fucking seas. They don't know you from fucking Adam. Some of us who was supposed to be a part of like great prophecies, those of us who were meant to be leaders, or those of us who were meant to be well known or celebrities or wealthy, and that's because not being cocky or arrogant or conceited, no shit like that, like bitch I'm all that type shit, like no, nothing like that, but because that was what was written, that was what was in our destiny. They have come together to try to block it and stop it and keep us hidden, keep us from being seen, keep us from being heard, keep us from being known, and all this other kind of shit, so they can steal this shit from us. Some of you are very important persons and don't even know it, never knew it. Our hell broke loose when people like myself awakened. That was energy that was felt across seas some damn way. They done put together all kind of plots. That's where that whole scheme came in at, where you supposed to you at some point in time you supposed to finally be allowed to make it and different shit. Some bogus offer, deal, or some shit come in for you. Your knight in shining armor come in, but he's foreign and he takes your ass overseas. Your ass gonna be fucking trafficked. You was gonna be stuck over there as a motherfucking sex slave. And so they killed your ass. Yeah, that's how that was gonna go. I already seen it. See, I can call they dirty dice before they stop rolling. See, I just don't let y'all know everything that I know. A high priestess know secret knowledge, secret information, occultic knowledge. I don't speak on everything that I know. Yeah. Those of you who are in the United States, they was trying to traffic your ass overseas to China. Yeah. Told you the U.S. been in bad with China for a long, long time. See, that should be staged, where they make it seem like, you know, they did their allies and everything, but when they make it seem like, oh, they beefing and they got problems and ballistic missiles being shot off and different shit, they've been fucking in bed with each other forever. That's like, that's a theatrical event. Okay? Spirit, any other messages? Yeah, y'all got government officials, persons in power, persons in authority, wealthy elites involved in this. And they're the very ones that claim they stand for law and order, but claim they took oaths to protect and to serve and to uphold the laws and all this other kind of shit. Ain't that what they say? This is the reason why you don't. This is the reason why those of us who are real targeted individuals and we go to authorities and we tell them, hey, this, that, and the other is going on and happening, they don't do anything about it. And then they set shit up to make it look like it's mental illness so they can just credit your ass. Okay? That's the reason why everybody around you that's gaslighting you got the same ass scripted responses. When you begin to speak out about what is going on, but that's what is imperative for you to do your research, for you to always come off as competent, for you to speak matter of factly, but clearly, not erratically, not overly emotionally, not you know, out of control and different things like that or whatever. Because they'll take that and run with it and make it seem like, oh, you know, you're irrational, you're having some type of emotional breakdown, you're having some type of psychotic delusion or something like that. But nevertheless, those of us who are real targeted individuals, those of us who are still able to think for ourselves and different things like that, you learn real fast, quick, in a hurry who you can and who you cannot speak to, and what to speak to who about, because it's all set up. They got doctors and nurses and therapists and counselors and pastors and preachers and all kinds of people in their pockets. Professional people now. A couple of y'all, they've even used professional people in professional positions. Tried to use them to take you out. Yeah. They got witches and warlocks and shit working against you. You know, these master magicians and different shit. Warlocks and witches and shit. Sorcerers, illusionists, hypnotists, and all kinds of shit. Yeah. Spirit, any other messages? Any other messages, Spirit? That's what's going on here, y'all. You were abandoned, neglected, and left out in the cold. With a lack of support, with a lack of help. Yeah. The reason why you were abandoned, neglected, and left out in the cold was so that they could bring about some type of completion, some type of ending of a cycle. Okay? They really wanted you to fall and into this mental conflict, into this deep depression. Okay? To come off incompetent in some type of way. They wanted you severely enough under, you know, in mental conflict and mental anguish, where they could try to set you up, to shut you up, to hospitalize you, institutionalize you, so they could come in and ultimately betray you. All of this is betrayal here, but this is the judgment call that these warlocks have made. These witches have made. And this is not something that has just happened, that has just started. This is something that's been going on from the past. Those of you who are real targeted individuals, you're anything like myself, you have been being targeted from the date that you have known about. I know that I've been watched all of my life. Okay? Those of you who experienced satanic ritual abuse or childhood trauma, who were trafficked, who was physically, emotionally, sexually, or psychologically abused, and different things like that, who may have experienced being used and abused by these wealthy elites and different things like that, then you was disposed of and put under mind control and all kinds of things. Given drugs to make you forget, to wipe your minds and all this other kind of shit. Then you were discarded and you were hidden. Okay? And they never expected you to wake up. But this shit been going on. But others of you, from the moment that you were aware that you were being targeted, and really and truly is, it's almost like a light switch. It basically flipped the switch and turned up the frequencies. That's when you began to be aware of different little things around you that was going on. Until that day, that something in particular happened and you knew matter of factly you was being watched, you was being listened to. You knew matter of factly there was odd, people were acting odd and doing, strange things around you or whatever. And from that very day of whatever thing that happened, you knew that you were a targeted individual. For those of us who's in that energy, who knows that, like, we talking about 7, 8, 9, 10 years or more that we've been targeted individuals. So don't believe these damn people who were like, oh yeah, I used to be, I was a target, way back when, for a year or two or whatever, then it stopped, it ended. They lying. They're fucking lying. They're fucking lying. I'm living the real life true. I'm Truman for real. I believe that movie, The Truman Show, was made about my fucking life. No bullshit. There's a lot of movies that's been made about my life. Songs too. The industry, the government, they've been exploiting me for a long time. They made a lot of money off of me. Inventions, creations, and all kinds of things. Most of y'all listening to this, you're probably not going to believe that. But, it is what it is. And I'm not saying it to try to prove anything to you. It's just a matter of fact. But if you notice, it wasn't until we were awakened and they knew that we were awakened that all hell broke loose. It's like everybody just scattered and, isolated themselves. You know what I'm saying? Isolated you. And it, everybody seemingly was like working against you. I'll never forget, like, those days, those first months and weeks and days and things when I first started being targeted. The frequencies was up so high. I'm already empathic. Okay, I already have natural telepathic abilities, just like the extraterrestrials. Okay, because it's in my DNA. So when they turned the frequencies way up high, I could hear people's conversation that wasn't even speaking to me. I was hearing people's conversations who were speaking to each other. You know what I'm saying? And different things or whatever. And it was a trip because the gang stalkers that was around me, they were speaking out loud in response to the telepathic communication that they were getting. And I'll never forget one time, like when they turned the frequencies, I'll never forget the day that I knew that I was being listened to, that I was being watched. And at that time, I did know the people closest to me were in on the setup. So when my ex got home from work, I was whispering, I ran outside to the car, and I'm like, I need to tell you something, but we need to talk out here, because I'm like, okay, at this point I'm thinking, okay, the house is bugged, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, or whatever. But this facial expression she gave me, it let me know that she was involved. because she just walked off catch. Like, this is not something regular. When you tell somebody something, whether it's a friend, a lover, a family member, when you tell somebody something that, almost seems like it's out of this world, their reaction should not be dismissive. You understand what I'm saying? And it was like she already knew, and kind of gave this smug, duper delight type of smile type of look, like, you just now finding that out or whatever, and hurried up and walked in the house, because obviously they could hear us like clearly in the house or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So this is when, after that, this is when spirit had really started exposing those closest to me that was involved, because at first I was seeing outwardly, it's like the spirit exposed the government officials and the celebrities and different people like that was directly targeting me or whatever. And I did not know the people that was closest to me at first, okay? And I'll never forget the day my ex, like, they like the noise harassment, like when you're first being targeted, all that ridiculous shit that they do, that's just like overwhelmingly ridiculous, like with the noise harassment, like, the slamming of the cabinets, the doors, the drawers, flushing the toilet a bunch of times, spitting around you, um, you know, the hand signs and the symbolisms and all these different kinds of shit or whatever. Like, all of a sudden, like, me and my ex was together for like 11 fucking years, okay? I know you understand what I'm saying. When you start standing around here, so we having regular conversations, and all of a sudden she starts standing, like, with her hand in Masonic pose. You've never stood like that, but they before in your life, you standing like this and shit. You know what I'm saying? You wearing shit with skulls and bones on it and shit. I'm like, this shit here. And then and so it was like obvious shit like that, whatever. But I'll never forget the day that something was going on, whatever it was. She ended up speaking out loud. So I was acting like I was doing something else, but she ended up speaking out loud to, in response to the telepathic communication she was getting, because they even talked to the gang stalkers through the synthetic telepathy to communicate with them. But the frequency is so high then, and this was right after I told her that I knew that I was being listened to and I was being watched and followed and different things or whatever. And I heard her say out loud, I'll never forget, she said, I've never known anybody else that was in the program. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what the fuck program? And there was a friend guy that I had. It was different little subtle things that I knew before I had the big awakening. There's this friend guy that I had, and when I talked to him or happened to see him, he would be like, he would ask me about something, and I'd be like, no, it could be anything. It was like, just say for instance, like, I forget what the exact conversation, because it was so many years ago, was, but say he asked me, what you eat today? And I'd be like, oh, I went to Wendy's and I got, whatever kind of burger and some fries or whatever. And so this one in particular time, whatever the conversation was about, he asked me something, and then I answered him, and he was trying to argue me down. He was like, no, because that's not what I seen on the thing. And then he stopped himself. So I'm like, and so I heard him clearly, and I specifically, y'all, my mind is like a tape recorder. I can remember conversations verbatim from any time, like anything that I've heard. Okay, so I began to joke with him, and I'm like, let me find out you stalking me. Let me find out you stalking me or whatever, because he let it slip that I was being watched, like he could see me, like almost like on some, he stopped himself, but like on some type of monitor or screen or some shit like that, like the Truman Show. You know how everybody in the town was watching Truman's whole life, even when he was in the privacy of his own home and different shit like that, at work, at like everywhere or what have you. And he stopped himself, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, let me find out you stalking me. So he laughed it off and he went on or whatever, and different shit like that or whatever. And it was like, it was another time that I was like literally waiting on my daughter to get off the school bus. I would go up to the front of the apartments where her bus would come and just sit in the car and wait on her to get off the school bus. And I was listening to this song, I was jamming to this song, and he ended up calling me while I was sitting there, and I can hear the same song playing in his background. And he would either call me people call me something. If he didn't call me, he would either call me Tiff or, babe or mama or something like that or whatever. So when he called me, he was like, babe, he's talking about you. And I was just like, I know. The person that was singing the song or whatever, which I refuse to mention, but I knew that song was about me. Okay? Um, or certain aspects of that song or whatever. And I'm like, I know. Or whatever. So it was different little things like that. Okay? And this was like before like the big bang of me knowing that okay, like I'm for real, like they doing a damn thing. Like they really stalking me. They really watching me. They really listening to me, like you know what I'm saying, everywhere I go, like everything or whatever. So it would be different shit like that or whatever. It would be certain shit that would be done. And like one time my ex was like, oh, that's not one of mine. Like they were doing this thing where if you're a targeted individual, they do this thing where they try to like almost like slut shaming or some type of shit like that, which I found so ridiculously funny or whatever. But one time my ex slipped up. Okay, now you gotta realize my ex is a stud. Okay, um, so there's one in particular time in the friend guide that I was, what I was, that that I was just talking about or whatever. I think it was something either about him or something that somebody that I knew from like years and years before or something like that or whatever. And so, like I told you, the frequencies were still like really, really high. My ex ended up busting out and saying, that's not one of mine, y'all. So and it was interesting because every time she realized that she was speaking out loud to the person, like a lot of times she would kept running up the stairs or acting like she had to go to the bathroom or went to the room for something so she could privately conversate with them. But so many times she would speak out loud to those of them that she was getting this telepathic communication from or whatever, and didn't realize I heard her what she saying. And it was so funny that time. She was like, that's not one of mine, y'all. And I'm sitting here like I'm really kind of laughing. I'm like, one of your what? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I wouldn't have been tripping either way because like the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? But so it would be things like that. So some of y'all may have experienced things like that or what have you. Okay. um but like, after a while, like it got to the point where they was turning the frequencies way down. And like even like when I was like channel writing those poems that I wrote or whatever, I was hearing like celebrities conversations. Like that last poem that I did, it didn't even come out. It was called Transformation. I finished it and everything or whatever. I didn't even put it out. I ended up throwing it the fuck away. Like such good work. And I heard I heard them say, are we just gonna let her throw good work away like that? Were you fucking attacking me for it or whatever? But at that time, like it was so severe that they was like literally triggering me, making me believe that like they was just gonna come and kill me right away, right then. And I was ready. I wasn't scared. I'm trying to, get my affairs in order. I didn't want to have, anything happen to me and all my work and shit be left behind. So they triggered me to throw all my shit away. I'm trying to get the affairs in order for my child. What's gonna be what, and this, that, and the other. Should anything happen to me, this is what I'm worried about. I'm like, fuck it, if it's my time to go, bitch, I'm ready to go. Okay, I've been waiting on this shit since I was a child, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I really wasn't fucked up the way they wanted me to be fucked up or whatever. But a matter of fact, like I was here, like the frequencies was so high. At one point in time, the frequency was so high, y'all. I was sitting up. It was the one I'd never do a reading on myself. Okay. And so it was so bad. It was one of them days. It was so bad. It was at the beginning when I first started being targeted. I pulled cards on myself. And the shit that I said, bullshit. Y'all, I kid you not. That reading literally said, I remember that reading to this day. Because I was shooketh by that fucking reading. Y'all, these people, like the whole reading, to break it down, they was planning to traffic me. Well, first of all, before that, I kid you not, I heard the Queen of England, Elizabeth, in her voice. She's the one I've been looking for. Looking for what? Like, why are you looking for me? You understand what I'm saying? I heard her say this. It's clear as day. And she was speaking, the person she was speaking to someone else, but I'm hearing this conversation. So I was shook by that. I'm pulling cards. I'm like, why in the fuck would the Queen of England, how would she even know me? You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling cards, y'all. I swear to God, on my life, Lord strike me down if I'm lying. Them cards said, them people wanted to traffic me on a boat to Buckingham Palace. Why? Because the Queen wanted me as her I said servant. Baby, I was so fucking appalled. Y'all don't even understand, okay? Like, y'all listening to me right now, you may think I'm just making up some, but I swear to God, I would never, ever in my life get on here and make up some shit to y'all, okay? This was like years and years ago at the beginning of my targeting, okay? Like, it was a lot more shit, and like they was literally planning this. This was I was being targeted well before Prince Harry and uh what's the name, got married and everything. I never even forget that as well. Like, it was all kinds of shit that was going on. It was all kind of subliminals around that shit or whatever. And that shit, like, that was going on there was like playing in my life. Like, y'all would never fucking believe the shit that I know and I could tell y'all. Y'all probably sitting here like, this bitch lying. Like, cause I understand how it sounds. You know what I'm saying? So like, not everything you can tell everybody. So a lot of this shit I just said on, I ain't told a soul or whatever. But the shit that I heard, the shit that I seen, and all kinds of stuff, like, it's fucking unreal, y'all. Okay? And like, even one time, I heard somebody, and she was like, whoever it was. Well, anyway, back to the poem that I did. I heard them say, if we let her put this out, it's going to ruin her. So when I heard that, I'm like, I didn't write it to be a disrespect to anybody or to be mean or malicious to anybody. So I ended up just throwing that poem away. But it was all other kind of things that just took place, that freaking happened. And there was this one in particular time, y'all, where this woman, I'm not sure who it was, but I heard her so clearly, and it was a woman's voice. And she said thanks to you, or she said thanks to, she either said thanks to you the queen is gonna die, or because of you the queen is gonna, or some shit like that. Like, it was good, like it was my fault that the queen is gonna die. First of all, I'm not nowhere around this woman. I'm not wishing anything ill on this person. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it was appalling. Like, the frequencies was so high, y'all. Okay, it was so appalling. And then this was before the queen, like well before the queen even passed away, or they said that she passed away anyway. Okay, because I feel like she had been ill for quite some time and different things or whatever. But I'm like, the audacity of these motherfuckers. They were like, what is about me in my life that would be so detrimental that a queen would die because of me? Like, I'm not even doing anything. But y'all, I'm telling you, on my life, on me, I ain't got to put it on nothing and nobody else. Okay, I heard this person was like so angry at me, and I heard so clearly, she either said those words or she was like, thanks to, it was like either, it was like, thanks to you the queen is gonna die, or like almost like it was something like that. And I was really appalled by that. And I'm like, how the fuck, why in the fuck would a queen die because of me? You don't understand what I'm saying? But I'll never forget. I will never ever in life forget the night that I actually heard the Queen of England's voice. Okay? And she was talking to somebody. She said, she's the one I've been looking for. I was like, what? Y'all, I could tell y'all some more shit, but y'all probably sitting here like, flabbergasted right about now. But yeah, okay? This shit is real, bro. This shit is so weird. Real, okay? We got the Nine of Fire at the bottom of the deck, okay? This is the reason why so many of you all are having to defend yourself, stand up for yourself, protect yourself, fight back, stand your ground, and everything. Okay, are so defensive, have built up this, these defense mechanisms, because those of us who are really awake, who are really aware, especially with this high priestess energy out here, you're highly intuitive, you're psychic, you can be empathic, you're knowledgeable, you're enlightened, you're wise. You know, like, you don't need these motherfuckers to come out and tell you. You know what I'm saying? You know that this shit is going on. You can feel the energy. You can sense, you know that this shit is going on, or what have you. But there are so many people who are involved, and the ones who's running, ruling, controlling, and funding the operations are very wealthy elites, very wealthy, like rulers and supposed rulers and masters of the world and shit. They're the ones who are doing it. Now they the shit branch off into other lower level people. Okay, the CIA know about this, the FBI know about this. Okay, Department of Justice, Department of Defense, the goddamn uh all the ass. Okay, any branch of they know that this is going on. Okay, and that's the reason why, if you go to your, like, if you run into some cool local government officials, they may not, they may not be able to help you, but they will hear you out. Okay, I have spoke to certain people who have said, I know exactly what you're talking about, but that's out of my hand, like, I can't do anything about it, it's above my pay, you know what I'm saying, shit like that or whatever. Because at first, when I finally realized that I was being targeted or whatever, I was still unaware that they were even attacking my child. So I'm like ready, set, go, like, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go when I gotta go, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I'm still naive to the fact. I'm like, surely they wouldn't hurt my child or do nothing. And then Spirit had to, lift the veil of my eyes about that. And I'm like, oh, hell no. But before then, I had even gone as far as to go to the DHS office and tell them, look, I'm a single mother. Okay, I'm like, this, that, and the other is happening to me. All of these people are involved. I don't have anybody. I can't trust anybody. These people are dangerous. They haven't been in my life or my child's life anyway. They don't do anything for us. I'm like, should anything happen to us, my child is not to go to them. Okay? And it was very interesting because the day that I went, and I gave them like written documentation, like I wrote it, I put it in writing. Okay, so you can put it in a folder, put it in a file, and you know that I'm meaning what the fuck I'm saying. Okay, the person that I ended up speaking to, I actually knew her. Okay, when I was younger and I was in state custody and I was in a facility, she actually worked at one of those facilities. So I knew her, and then ironically, her ex-husband ended up being introduced to me the last time when I came back from California, but I did not know that that was that woman's husband at the time. And um and he called himself liking me and different things like that. I didn't know that until after the fact. And then, like, the person that introduced him to me, this person, like, he wanted me to go to some type of like Super Bowl party, like something or something with him. And the woman ended up calling me, that introduced me to him, and she had told me that he had been to prison for rape. Man, I got the hell over it. Was so goddamn quick. But it wasn't until like maybe years after the fact that I learned that that was her husband. And it's like, ain't no coincidence. My entire life has been like that. This is the same woman who, when I was in state's custody in a facility, was basically like a house mom there. She was one of the workers there or whatever. Okay, to go on later in life, years and years, like that was when I was young, when I was way young, a kid or whatever. Later in life, years and years and years, and being introduced to your husband, which I think they were like, I don't know if they were divorced or separated or something at the time. I didn't get to know the man that well or whatever. But anywho, y'all, just for this person to now be like, a caseworker or something working for DHS that I'm ended up in here talking to, explaining this stuff that's going on. But anyway, y'all, I said all that to say because she ended up calling one of her other coworkers in there, and I explained again, and she was asking the woman, she's like, "You ever heard of this? Anything like this or whatever?" And the woman was like, "Yeah, I know all about it. I've heard about it, but it was like they couldn't help me. There was nothing they could do for me, but." I just wanted, only reason, I really didn't go in there for their help, like besides the fact for my daughter, just to let them know, hey, look, should anything happen to me, my daughter do not need to go to these people because they're dangerous, okay? You know, it's a fuck situation either way for her because all she got is me. The system, her being in the system would be fucked up. Her being with these people that ain't never done a damn thing for her would be fucked, just as fucked up. But, you know, if they doing this to me, you know, they'll do the same thing to my child, if not worse, or what have you. And so that's basically what I went in there to tell them or whatever. But I've talked to police officers. I've even got a video from like years and years ago, probably like 5 years or so ago, where I posted, and I was talking to some police. They ended up coming to my house to talk to me and different things like that or whatever. And it was like, you know, there was nothing they could do for me or whatever. So you have these people who know that this shit is going on, but they know it's people that's way high up that they can't touch or do anything about to actually protect and serve, if you will, or what have you. So y'all, this shit been going on for a long time, okay? But that's today's messages, y'all. That's today's messages as to what's going on. Any other messages, Spirit? Any other messages? So I'm seeing here alone in the world, okay? Those of you who are real targeted individuals, you could feel alone by yourself, okay? I'm seeing fragmentation at the bottom of the deck. So these people have made you feel, you know, guarded or vulnerable or fragmented in some type of way. Secluded, isolated, alone, and different things, the Spirit is saying. But all of this is purposely done. And tonight, Spirit wanted me to expose to you all just who is behind this. Okay? Yeah. I'm seeing abundance here. This has to do with some type of abundance. Okay? I feel like this, you know, they do a lot of things. Well, pretty much everything that they do for the purposes of abundance or whatever. But I feel like this specifically has to do with your abundance. Abundance that was destined for you. Okay? Yeah, I'm also seeing sacred temple here. Somebody is going to some type of sacred temple of some kind, whether this is some type of lodge or some, I feel like the sacred temple, this may be somewhere, this can even be a church or something like that. I've matter of factly had dreams where I've seen these people inside of a church, like look like a whole congregation of people that's doing spell work and shit. Okay, some type of sacred temple though, okay, where they're doing some type of spell casting, spell work, you know, invoking things over you and different things. Spirit is saying you could be an alchemist. Spirit is saying, yeah, you also could be living out loud. Yeah, look, awakening. Okay, you've had a major awakening. There's a lot of growth. Many of you have ties to ancient Egypt. You may have Egyptian blood ties. I'm seeing this is Queen Nefertiti here. Okay, so you have ties to the Egyptians. Okay, you may be reincarnated. Okay, you're an alchemist though. Okay, Spirit is saying. I'm also seeing here live out loud. So you are living out loud. Okay, I feel like this living out loud, you are being yourself, your true authentic self. You are speaking truth and clarity. Okay, yeah, look, awakening is at the bottom of the deck. You've had a major awakening, a massive awakening, and these people know it. They know that you know the truth. Okay, they know that this abundance is destined for you. Okay, your bloodline, your ties, it goes all the way back to biblical times, Egyptian times, and all kinds of things, okay? Yeah, I'm seeing the eyes of beauty here, okay? This talks about good expectations and clarity, Spirit is saying, okay? They know you are someone who you were destined, you were meant to be a very powerful, great leader. You were meant to have some type of stardom, to have wealth and abundance, and they have literally stunted your growth. Look here, Lady of the Lightning, okay? This has surprises, sometimes shock, okay? Total paradigm shift here. This could be somebody that they're working against you. This could be air sign energy here. Yeah, we got the wise woman of Wonderland here. This speaks to integrity and compromise here. You're this wise woman of Wonderland here, okay? Yeah, but this horse king, they could want to control you. Like this person may come in like they want to give you some type of assistance, but they want to control you. Yeah, the Metal King, discipline, armor, boundaries. They want to put some type of boundaries on you, place some type of armor on you, discipline you, control you in some type of way. But you're the lady of the gift. You're all about generosity, receiving. Okay, yeah. Mm. That's what's going on here, y'all. Spirit, any other messages I need to share? Yeah. You are an inspiration to others, Spirit is saying. You have protection as well. Spirit is saying, I wasn't even picking up that deck. There could even be abundance that's coming in for you. I'm seeing inspiration, protection, and abundance. Yeah, you're protected by angels, Spirit is saying. You are cherished by the angels. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life, Spirit is saying. I'm also seeing here stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. Didn't I tell you there's something about your strength? Okay? Yeah, bottom of the deck, I'm seeing here answering the call here. You answered the call, Spirit is saying, or something is significant to you answering the call. Spirit, any other messages? So I'm seeing the Ace of Gabriel here, okay? This is a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. The Will, Archangel Jermel, new beginnings, end of delays, a change in directions that offers happiness, okay? These are the things that is destined for you that these people have tried to stop, that they have tried to block, okay? Yeah. You were ultimately betrayed here. I'm seeing the Queen of Gabriel here. King of Raphael. Okay. Yeah, Ten of Michael. A situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities of happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you, Spirit is saying. Yeah. Spirit, what else? I'm seeing justice here. You could be fighting for justice and equalities. Rulings are made in your favor. Spirit is saying don't give up. Any other messages, Spirit? The High Priestess. Okay. So you have powerful psychic insights, reflections, and meditations that provides valuable information. Okay. You are at peace, Spirit is saying. Spirit, any other messages? I'm seeing the Ten of Raphael here. Love and blessings are meant to fill your life. You're supposed to have harmonious relationships within your family. You're supposed to have a happily ever after. This is a part of your destiny, Spirit is saying. Okay? For Archangel Uriel here, there could be an emperor. It says stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. There could be an emperor that you make comments or contact with, but yeah, be careful with that, y'all, because like I said, like, you know, I really kind of, I mean, as far as, I was already feeling that way, okay, and had already, came to terms with the fact that, I'm likely to be single and by myself and celibate for the rest of my life or whatever. But that's not everybody's story. That's not ideal for everybody. Some people is feeling like, what I'm saying, totally appalled just by even the thought of such a thing or what have you. Because, like, believe it or not, there's a lot of people who struggle with being alone. You would be surprised as to how many people stay in the company of bad people. Okay. um how many people would go along with doing bad and being mistreated as long as they are with someone or around someone, even if those are bad lovers, bad friends, bad family, and different things. I can do bad by myself, and I ain't got no problem with being by myself. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be in the company of no damn body that's working against me, period, when I can just be by myself and have, what little sense of peace, that I could possibly have here. Speaking of peace, we got peace here, okay? Which comes from Archangel Azrael, okay? Yeah, Spirit is saying again, release the past. There's a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. But, like, I understand all that. I accept all that. I believe all that or whatever. But there are some very sinister, evil, wicked rulers and masters of this world that is doing some very toxic things. And besides them, there are some sinisterly evil, beyond wicked, extraterrestrial, alienistic beings, unhuman beings that is here and that is assisting them. Those of them who are wealthy and elite and high in power that are human. Okay, so it makes it all the more hard to live peacefully in this world. Two things in this world that is priceless, that is so hard to get, but you can't buy it nowhere. That's peace of mind, and that's love. The two most valuable things. It's so much, so valuable, it's priceless. You can't buy it in no, you can't buy it nowhere, but it's so hard to come by. Peace and love. Yeah, but that's what's going on here, y'all. These are the messages Spirit wanted me to share with you all today. I feel like there's so much more that can be said, that need to be said, as it relates to this situation. Okay, but I didn't mean to hold you all this long. Spirit, any other messages? Any other messages? Mm-mm. I'm seeing celebrity, crime of passion, imprisonment, assassination. Wow. Spirit, what other messages do I need to share with the collective as it relates to the people who have been targeting us, attacking us, um, persecuting us? Y'all remember to like, share, and subscribe. That is your free way of showing your support to help grow the channel. Spirit, what else is going on here? Any other messages from this deck? They were trying to push you to suicide. They really wanted to push you to suicide. Spirit is saying they wanted to make you so burdened, so overwhelmed. Okay, look, aliens. I told you, there are extraterrestrials that are involved that are here on Earth. Okay. Yeah, and something about the power supply, okay? These aliens and this power supply is how they're using this telepathic communication, how they're manipulating technology, how they're tapping into the frequencies of people's minds and bodies, how they're projecting their negative energy, toxic energies onto people, how they're triggering people, manipulating people, controlling people, invading, violating people, okay? Yeah, Spirit is saying that these people are very egotistical as well. Spirit, any other messages? Yeah, they wanted you to commit suicide. They were trying to force you to suicide. They wanted some type of revenge on you, Spirit is saying. I don't understand how you want revenge on someone that hasn't done anything to you, okay? Yeah, they wanted revenge on you. This is the reason why they abused and they neglected you. But Spirit is saying that this is about money here. They were trying to take what rightfully belonged to you. They were trying to steal your destiny away from you, and they try to cause you mental conflict so severe that that you committed suicide here. Yeah, look at this. Secret, surveillance, mind control, justice, devil. Didn't I tell you the government is involved? The justice is the government, okay? They've been secretly surveillancing you, watching you in the privacy of your own home. They've been doing mind control on you, the government, okay? Who are chained to the devil. They sold their soul to the devil. So you can't even trust the people who are in law enforcement either, who are politicians, government officials of any kind, because they are all sellouts. They are all a part of this, Spirit is saying. I'm seeing social media here. There could have been some type of something you working on social media, or some type of maybe work or something you've been doing on social media, Spirit is saying. I'm seeing drugs and poisons. They could have sent somebody in to drug or poison you, Spirit is saying. Or they may have tried to drug or poison you, Spirit is saying. Yeah. They were trying to, they could have even, when they couldn't force you to suicide, they could have tried to send somebody towards you to drug or poison you, because somebody has a life insurance policy out on you that's worth a lot of money. Somebody could have even, if this is not somebody drugging you, poisoning you, this could be, they wanted you prone to like addiction. They could have sent somebody into your life that offered you free drugs or something like that, so you could get strung out, so you could, you know what I'm saying? Um, so they could trigger you to commit suicide. They have a life insurance policy on you. Your entire family is in on this, okay? Yeah, they did things. Look, this was all done to trap you, Spirit is saying. Look, trapped. Homicide. When they couldn't get you to commit suicide, they decided that they were going to trap you. Remember that Eight of Swords came out? Trap you, restrict you, so that you'll be unable to move or get out of a situation, hold you captive, hold you hostage. They were going to entrap you so they could commit a homicide against you, Spirit is saying. That was the plan. That was the plan. Yeah. Look at this. Death. They've been planning your death. They were planning your death. I just seen that, yeah, something's here about fraud here as well. Or trying to get away with some type of fraud, or pull off some type of fraud, Spirit is saying. Yeah. Yeah. They were going to trap you. They were going to commit a homicide against you while you were imprisoned in some type of way, or institutionalized. That's still being locked down. A lot of people been meeting, plotting, planning, scheming, strategizing, setting this up, Spirit is saying. They've been thinking of ways that they can imprison you, that they can institutionalize you. Okay? Yeah, Spirit is saying this is all about money. And once they did that, they were going to drug you up and they were going to kill you. Okay? Yeah, Spirit say they're accomplices, they partners in crime, Spirit is saying. But look at this. They have been secretly surveillancing you, doing mind control on you. Okay? So you being haunted, taunted, harassed. That's why I was telling y'all, not everything is spell work. Yeah, you got people who've been doing witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, voodoo on you. They've been doing death spells on you, root work on you, putting hexes on you, banishing you. You know what I'm saying? Doing all kinds of shit. Sending you the evil eye. Okay? Doing all forms of kind of dark magic on you. Okay? But they've also actively been doing other things as well. They were doing spell work on you and had you under mind control at the same time, or doing some form of mind control on you, manipulating your mind. Doing things to block your thoughts and implanting thoughts into your head. Sending derogatory statements and comments and phrases, even like motion, almost like a motion pictures in your mind, flashing images in your mind's eye and different things as such. Okay? That's all mind control bullshit. dream manipulation. Y'all, I had to beat like I had to fight like 3 bitches in my dreams the other day. I like took a nap in the middle of the damn day. I dozed back off. Um, or what have you, y'all. And it was a trip. Cause I'm seeing all these people's faces so clearly. There was people there that I knew in my fake phony project as family, but then there was these little bitches. Like I did not know these little bitches. Like I ended up ramming this bitch head into the wall and shit, and this other bitch or whatever. And then there was some chick that was just talking shit. She had fiery red freaking hair. And somebody said something slick, and she was like, "I wish it." And she had such like this squeaky, like, but like child, like almost like voice, but she was a grown ass woman. Man, before I knew it, I charged at this bitch. I had already fought the other 2 chicks, but like you need to understand. Even when I'm asleep, I'm not asleep, bitch. Okay. Now, if I fuck around, if I kill you in the spirit realm, you will fucking something severely will happen to you in the earthly realm. Y'all really want to stop fucking with me? She ended up running the fuck off, and she was telling somebody, "Take me to go get my piece. Take me to go get my shit." And I said, "Bitch, you should have brought it with you, ho." Like, I literally had to fight bitches in my dream I had yesterday. Like, they are getting ridiculous. The night before that, y'all, I was bombarded with male celebrities, one right after another. Like they wasn't doing anything in particular in my dream, like but it was like just flashes of, like back to back, just coming into my dream, just coming up, showing up, and they were all men, celebrities. Like this had never happened to me before I started being targeted. I've never have so much as had a wet dream about a fucking celebrity. Do you understand me? Like never, like you understand? Never have had a dream about a celebrity at all ever in my life. And it's so interesting how hostile the men are, because it's been so few times the women celebrities have come to me that I know all of their faces, I know all of their names, I know exactly who they are. Okay, probably it's probably only been about probably maybe about 6 women. But when I tell y'all, it's been so many male celebrities that have come into, I'm like, why are they in my fucking energy? Why? It's a trip. It's a trip, y'all. I can't make this shit up. I cannot make this shit up. And I always know it'd be interesting when you know how many people are online and act like they're so righteous and upstanding and so divine and so chosen and all this other kind of shit, because spirit will show me certain people. They're even readers, other tarot readers, that have come up in my dream and tried to show their ass, and I'm like, oh, okay, bitch. Yeah, so I see what you're doing behind the scenes. You might should not show the public that, your subscribers that, but your ass is a witch. You doing dark demonic shit behind the scenes. I'm talking about literally see their face. Exactly who they are. That's happened to me a few different times. And whatever, and let me know that they're demonic. Other ones of them, because I can see demons in like real time. It's certain ones of them who like demonically possessed for real, for real. I've seen demons take over their whole fucking body. Some of them got demons in them so fucking strong that like it looked like it's done changed their facial structures. You can see it poking out in the cheekbones, in the chin, around the eyes, and the eyebrows and shit. It's this one woman, like she be in there sleeping with demons and shit. And she be thinking these be celebrity spirits and shit, but she was in there with demons. Those is demonic beings. Those are not those. She thinks she be in there and leaving out offerings for them and shit like that. Like, you can't hold on to these. You don't know these people personally. You can't hold on to celebrities' energy like this. She don't even know. She's straight up demonically possessed. She in there with fucking demons. And I done seen them straight up come, jump straight through her. I can literally see these demons in people, like seriously, demonically possessed as people, like for real, for real. But anyway, y'all. Spirit, any other messages? Somebody, y'all need to understand there's some other shit that is going on as well. There's a lot of people, Spirit want me to tell y'all this. Uh, there's a lot of people who are abducted and kidnapped that are being taken out of space. These people have made you to believe that there's no life on other planets, but as a matter of factly is. As a matter of fact, there's actually more planets that they have even told you that actually exist. There's a lot of life on a lot of other planets, and there's a lot of different like species like of extraterrestrials. You have the ones that are here, they have always been here. These are evil, wicked, demonic uh, extraterrestrials, alienistic beings, okay? But there are so many other species of them that are in space, okay? They travel back and forth, they come here at will or what have you, but there are certain people who are being abducted, especially children, who are literally being put on spaceships and taken to outer space, like taken to other planets, taken to other worlds. And I know this sounds far-fetched and out the blue, y'all, but look, outer space travel. I'm telling y'all. I was going to talk to y'all about that a while back, but I ended up not getting around to it. But there are several people who have been abducted that haven't been seen or heard from ever again, and it's because they were literally essentially trafficked, okay, outer space, outer space, okay. There's a lot of jealousy as well, a lot of jealousy towards you as well by these accomplices, by these egotistical jealousy partners in crime, okay, that's been meeting up, you know, about you, on you, and different things like that, guys, okay. They starting to mess with my throat chakra. They don't want me, they're trying to shut me up, they're trying to prevent me from telling y'all these things, okay. You are protected, okay. Yeah, look, zero fucks. These people give zero fucks about what they're doing to you. They've disregarded you. They're unfazed. They're unbothered. They're carefree. They do not care. I told you these are heartless beings. They have no sympathy, no empathy, no remorse. They're lacking that. It's not even in them at all. They're soulless, heartless individuals. Any other messages, Spirit? You could be bossing up in some type of way. Something is significant to your self-empowerment. You independently living. You leading the pack in some type of way. And these people see that. They don't like it. They try to control it. Yeah, these are imposters that's working against you. These are frauds with stolen identities or false identities, or people who are cloaking themselves and hiding who they truly are. People who are faking it, okay? That's working against you here, okay? Yeah, Spirit got me spilling the beans, revealing secrets, okay? Cat's out the bag, okay? That these people are untrustworthy. Yeah. Any other messages, Spirit? These people stay flexing, Spirit is saying, showing off, very prideful, very conceited, flashy, boastful, or what have you. This is the energy that they're in. Meanwhile, they illegally invade and violating people every fucking day, and they don't give a damn. They're secretly surveillancing people, putting people under mind control, using the government to do this shit, using third-party security agencies to do this shit. Yeah. I'm seeing detective here, so it says snooping, dirt, digging for dirt, okay? Accusations, okay? They could be all up in between your business, but everything about them is top secret and classified. They snooping, they dirt digging, backtracking, trying to put some type of accusations on you, or making accusations about you, or something like that, Spirit is saying. which is what the enemy always do to deflect in the first place. Okay? The reason why they're dirt digging and trying to get some type of receipts or information on you to use against you, because they know that what they have done to you is illegal and unjust. But they ignorantly don't realize is that it doesn't matter what you say or what you do. You will never be justified in how you have illegally invaded and violated, how you have committed a hate crime, how you are domestic terrorists, how you have used cruel and unusual punishments to attack another, how you invaded and violated someone's human rights and their privacy. Have you used directed energy weapons, militarized silent weapons, touchless torture, okay, to harass and stalk a person? You will never be justified. It don't matter what the fuck you come up with. It don't matter what the fuck you come up with. Them bitches can literally say any damn thing about you. They're just trying to deflect from illegally surveillancing you unwarrantedly. Ain't no judge signed off on this shit. They're covering up the fact that they had you under mind control. They're covering up the fact that the government have been doing things, they have purposely been doing things to entrap you so they can commit homicide, so they can blood sacrifice you. Okay? They're trying to cover up the fact that they have been trafficking you, that they have been exploiting you. Okay? And loading that shit up to the dark web for all to watch. Bitch. Detect that shit. Snoop that shit. Dirt dig that shit. Get some receipts on that shit, bitch. Because you can never right or wrong any damn body else when you literally committing federal crimes every goddamn day, living in sin every goddamn day, doing evil, wicked, demonic, sinister ass shit every damn day. That people all over, matter of factly, know the fuck exist. Yeah, didn't I say? I'm telling you. Look, I done seen detectives backtracking, spilling the beans, receipts. Okay, but how you know they full of shit? Because those of us who've been targeted for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years and shit. If you had, if you was detecting that hard, snooping that hard, dirt digging that hard, there wouldn't be no need for an accusation. An accusation is a guesstimation, bitch. It's not matter of fact. It's immiscible in a court of fucking law. We're talking about factual, and as much as you hate a goddamn person and been trying to eliminate a damn person, if you had that, you would have rolled that shit out a long time ago, and there wouldn't have been no need for your surveillance, your mind control, or any fucking other illegal ass thing you doing. You're trying to get away with fraud. You're trying to get away with abuse, neglect, mind control, illegal surveillance, harassment, and some more shit. Because you want to steal somebody's destiny. Because you want to steal somebody's wealth. Because you want to steal somebody's estate, property, and shit. Because you're supposed to be the big bad fucking wolves. Nobody cares. Because I guarantee you would never truthfully play matchmaker with any damn body else in the world that you are fucking targeting. Because the day you do that, yeah, we'll know matter of factly who trafficking the children. How many you've eaten. How many you done drained their blood and drank. How many you done abducted and kidnapped. How many you done sold. We'll know exactly who embezzling, who money laundering. We'll know exactly what's in them cages underground. All up in the mountains and different things. We'll know exactly who around here committing treason. So you ain't gonna do that. They just flex their muscles. Remember the flexing card came out? They just flex their muscles and shuffle their money around. And play brainwashed, dumbed down, mind control ass individuals on a lower level to sell out for small ass fucking incentives to do their damn dirty work. While they sit back and watch. and play pretend like they untouchable, like they undestroyable, or anything like that. This shit been going on for hundreds of fucking years. Y'all not justified legally. Y'all not justified spiritually. You're not righteous in the least bit, no matter what you come up with. And they know it. And everybody else know it. Why? Because otherwise there wouldn't be no need for you to do what you're doing in secret. Now would it? If you was righteous, if you were righteous, Spirit, I block, bind, and I rebuke any evil, wicked, demonic entities, deities, persons, places, or things that's trying to hinder the truth or the clarity from coming out in my reading. I block, bind, and I rebuke any demonic or evil, wicked, sinister. And they're trying to manipulate my cards now, y'all. The same cards that I just talked to y'all about keep popping up over and over and over again. Spirit, block any person, anything that's trying to manipulate my cards, Spirit. Yeah, they mad that I'm exposing that they're trying to sacrifice you. They're mad that I'm exposing that there's aliens and extraterrestrial as beings who's really beaming that damn telepathic communication in your goddamn mind and shit. Who really is the ones that's abusing and neglecting you. They're mad because I exposed the fact that they're the ones that's really doing the mind control on you. Cause see that mind control technology, that comes from them aliens. That comes from them extraterrestrials. Them demonic ass motherfuckers that's here. But the Most High says, Spirit says, didn't give you the permission or approval to do that shit. It's not karma. It's not judgment. It's not God's will. No, none of that shit. Your evil, wicked, sinister, satanic, masonic, demonic ass is doing that on your fucking own. And you're not justified in the least bit. You just never thought that anybody would come the fuck along that would actually know the damn truth. As to who exactly was doing this to him. Who's exactly targeting us? Who's exactly harassing us? Who's running the operations? Who's funding the entire operations? Yeah, spirits say they've been doing things to cock block as well. To make it so you're inaccessible. So nobody likes you. Nobody finds you attractive. Okay? And the people that they have sent towards you are people that wanted to try to put you in third party interferences. People who was basically just going to, use you for sex. Ghost you. Lie to you. Cheat on you. Okay? Failed sexual attempts. They've been cock blocking you. They've been trying to block your love life. They've been trying to block your career. They've been trying to block your life purpose, your destiny. They've been trying to block your stability, security, your wealth, your everything. Okay? Yeah, because spirits say they some salty ass individuals. Okay? They salty. They bitter and they're dramatic. Yeah, them and all their kinky ass ways, Spirit is saying. They fantasies and fetishes and shit. Yeah, I'm seeing squad here. Spirit is saying this is like a whole team. A squad is a whole, a team of individuals. Birds of a feather flock together. Okay? It took a whole team of them to work against one of you. Any other messages, Spirit? They don't like the fact that you bossing up, okay? They've been body shaming you. They did spell work on you to make you lose drastic amounts of weight. So they did spell work on you to make you gain a massive amounts of weight, okay? Just so they can talk about you like a dog, body shame you, make you have a low self-worth, make you have a negative body image, make you, to have you feeling judged in some type of way, Spirit is saying. Yeah. Now that type of shit or have been done with spell work. Okay? Yeah, I'm keeping it 100. Honesty. Showing true colors. Being transparent with my intentions. Because people have the right to know the truth. And like I said, for those of you who are real targeted individuals, it may be heartbreaking for you to find out that, you know, likely once you're a target, always a target. But you got to learn how to cope and learn how to get through. I'm seeing tea time here. Gossiping, spreading rumors, drama. This is what these individuals have been doing. Okay? They fly monkeys. They smear campaigns and different shit. This is what they've been doing, yo. Yeah. I'm seeing slay here. So it's like, this talks about succeeding, being on point, killing it, okay? Dominating the competition in some type of way here, okay? Slay or no slay, like, I really don't even think like that or whatever, because this world, I really kind of feel like this world is big enough for people to be talented. There's a lot of people who are talented and skilled in the world. There's a lot of people. This world is big enough for everybody to make it in their own way. You know, not everybody is striving towards, you know, fame and being some damn celebrity and stupid shit like that. People just want to live humble lives comfortably, be financially stable and secure, be able to live free and actually have liberty and actually be able to strive any one of their goals if they want to, accomplish anything if they want to, actually have a career if they want to. Some people just want to do that shit on a humble level. You understand what I'm saying? Some people actually strive for the lights and the cameras and the actions and the center stage and celebrity status and fame and shit. I don't care nothing about that shit, okay? But at the same time, you're not gonna fucking try to downplay me on my damn life like I'm inefficient for any fucking thing. Yeah. Mind games. They've been playing mind games with you. This is manipulation, gaslighting, and scare tactics that they've been using on you. The subliminal messages to lock you up, the subliminal messages to institutionalize you, the subliminal messages that they're going to sacrifice you, the subliminal messages. You remember that friend guy that I was telling you about that one time? This is the reason why you have to listen to the words that come out of people's mouth. One time, again, another conversation we was having, and he said, you're going to kill yourself. And I'm like, the fuck? I'm telling you, I could literally recall anything that I've ever heard. I know. We was talking about something, and like he said something in a joking way or whatever. I don't know what he was talking about exactly or whatever, but he made that statement. You have to, even when it sounds like a person is joking or they're being funny, it's a slick shot. It's a wisecrack. Out of all the people working against me, I would have never believed that he would have been the one, but he one of the main goddamn people. I should have known his freaky ass was a part of the goddamn sex ring and the fucking cult and the gangstalking group and shit. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm seeing shook here. Plot twist, unexpected events, sudden change here, okay? These people might be shook in some type of way here, okay? Yeah, I'm seeing lift off here. Fast action, progression forward. The wait is over. Just keeping it 100. Honesty. Vibes here. Okay, this is what the collective has been going through. Real targeted individuals. Okay, real targeted individuals. I've even seen them, guys, one of their main colors that they use, they've had the Democrats to vigorously attack me, but I know it's like it's Democrats, Republicans, all kinds of people or whatever. But I've had people. There's people that I matter of factly know who like claim, you know, some people be part of the shit, and other people just be claiming certain hoods and shit. Claim the blood gang or their favorite color is red. Their whole life they in red and black, red and white, red. I have seen them take them people and be drenched in blue from head to toe. Okay, that be that just you know what I'm saying, like using that as a symbol for both the Democrats and the Crips and shit. I'm talking about people I matter of factly have known for like ever. They proclaim to be Bloods and shit. Like y'all would be surprised the different signs and symbols and all the different shit that they use and shit. Okay. Yeah. You got frenemies that's involved here. Okay, fake friends, two-faced with hidden intentions and shit. Okay, yeah. Something is the last straw. Limitations, breaking point, overwhelmed. Okay. Spirit, what else? One more message for the collective, please, Spirit. One more message for the collective. If you're a targeted individual, they likely have been subliminally threatening you every year that you have been aware that you're being targeted. You got all kinds of witches that's been trying to speak up different things. They done tried to speak up illness on you with a witch language. They done tried to speak up death on you with their witch language. They done tried to speak up evictions on you with their witch language. They done tried to speak up jail, imprisonment on you with their rich language. Then they tried to speak up exposure on you with their rich language. Then they tried to speak up mental illness and being institutionalized up on you with their rich, like all this shit. If you listen, like the ones it's and sometimes I just sit back and watch some people or whatever, and I'm like, it's like blatantly obvious. I'm like, do they not know that they expose themselves for being liars, deceivers, and fucking gang stalkers and cyber bullies and shit with the shit that they be saying and doing? And it's like, at this point, they don't care. Obviously, whatever little incentives they fucking getting, especially on YouTube, them bitches love that shit. But it be the same ones that you hear. It don't matter who you listen to, okay? It don't matter what race, what culture of the person you listen to. I've seen people, supposed Christian channels, who be doing the same gang stalking bullshit. So it's not just no thing like about other readers and different things like that. I've seen people with fucking cooking channels, okay, throwing up their 3 6s, doing their Masonic symbolism, speaking in subliminal messages and shit. And y'all need to know, when you are a targeted individual, everything you can see, they can see. They can see through your eyes, okay? Anything you hear, they hear, okay? And technology is easy enough for them to track. So when anything you searching online, anything you watching, videos you're watching on YouTube or whatever platform you own, they know it, okay? You don't even have to be subscribed to a person, okay? And what they do is they contact that person and say, hey, such and such been watching your channel. I want you to say this or say that. I want you to speak on this, speak on that. To try to trigger them, to make them feel some type of way or some type of, y'all, it be the weirdest fucking shit. And you listen to enough people, you'll begin to hear the same regurgitated ass bullshit. It's like they have a script of different things, different talking points, different things to say every fucking day, and they'll all be talking about the same thing. I bet you y'all can click over here and click on 5 other videos right now, and I guarantee you, within the reading, the bitch gonna say somebody going to jail. The person gonna say somebody going to jail at some point in time, likely multiple times within every. I've been hearing somebody going to jail for the last 10 years that I have known, 11 years I've known, matter of factly, that I'm targeting bitch. I've been hearing the same shit. Now, there are matter of factly people who have died back that I know matter of factly was blood sacrifice. I matter of factly know that insurance frauds have been committed. I matter of factly know that there's been mail theft, identity theft, okay? Like real crimes that has been committed. Ain't nobody went to fucking jail for that bullshit. Who the fuck are they talking about? Like, how long do y'all want to hear the same shit all day, every day, till you realize, okay, like, y'all been saying the same thing for several years now. You understand what I'm saying? Who are you talking about exactly? If you're talking about the same damn topic, the same damn things, and the same damn people, and been hollering for the last 10 years, somebody going to jail that ain't fucking went to jail yet, bitch, you are lying. You're lying. It's mind games. It's like mental fucking manipulation. But I sit back and I watch this and I'm like, come on, I can't possibly be the only person in the world that observed How many? Click off right now. I click on 5 other videos. I guarantee you can find 5 right now that say that somebody stole your inheritance of your house. It's fucking mass mind control. The government has the masses thinking, all of them thinking that somebody done stole a life insurance policy, an inheritance, or a trust fund, or a house from your ass. And you believe it. Some of us, this is matter of fact, see, they have given you bits and pieces of other people's story. Some of us, this has actually happened to. Other people, they under fucking mind control. How many times y'all gonna listen to the same shit? There is this one woman who, I kid you not, has the exact same reading, exact same message every single day. Every day. And I'm like, wow. How many videos? I bet you click off right now, click on 5 videos right now. Somebody gonna say somebody got an incurable STD or a disease or some shit like that. Click off right now, and I bet you find 5 videos right now where somebody tell you somebody about to die right now. It's the same regurgitated ass information over and fucking over again. This is why I do a multitude of different fucking. I'm not scripted by a little bit, and I damn sure ain't in control for a goddamn, in no kind of goddamn way. I'm not gonna. I hate repeating myself. I am not gonna talk about the same shit every damn day. I'm tired of hearing. I'm tired of the energy. Some of the shit is talking about, it has matter of factly happened to me, but I'm not supposed to deal with that shit every day. I don't think about this shit every goddamn day. I don't want to dwell on that shit every damn way. I don't want to hear that shit every damn day. So ask yourself, those of you who listen to tarot all the time, why is it that you have been hearing the same messages from people every day for years now? The same message. Hold on, y'all. For real, dog. But I'm seeing key player here. So there's important persons playing an essential role that's involved in this. Okay? But you're taking the high road. You have taken the high road in all of this. Unbothered by their bullshit, brushing it off, moving past it. But you know what I'm saying? But it's a shame because some of us, those of us who, like I said before, are still, are able to use our own minds and can think for ourselves. We have already come to, like, it's been going on for so long. You know what I'm saying? We have to keep living life. We still have to pay bills. We still have to take care of our children. We still have to live to the best of our ability, no matter what fuck shit is going on, right? But those of us, see, the things that they have done to us was meant to break us down. We was meant to have some type of mental breakdown of some kind, right? Okay? And that's the reason why suicide came out before homicide, because they wanted us to commit suicide by what they were doing to us. But when that didn't happen the way they wanted it to happen, this is when they resorted to other plans to hurt us, harm us, endanger us, take us out, and all this other kind of stuff, right? Okay? Many of us have come to terms with what is going on, what is happening, and we like, okay, well, we just gonna live to the best of our ability, do what we can. It's sad we don't have no friends. It's sad we don't have no family. It's sad we don't have anybody who love us, you know what I'm saying, who care about us, who want to be with us, who appreciate us, or what have you. But we got to keep on living, if nothing else, for the sake of our children and different things like that. These motherfuckers won't even allow us to live peacefully in misery. It's like, how dare you adapt to the abuse that we doing to you? How dare you not crumble and fall? How dare you not have a mental breakdown after we have isolated you and banished you and shunned you and worked against you and breadcrumbed you and sabotaged your jobs and sabotaged your relationships and did this and did that and infiltrated your families and all this other kind of shit. How dare you still be standing? How dare you still love yourself? After we done did everything in our power to lower your self-esteem, to lower your confidence. After we did everything in our power to make sure you wasn't seen and you wasn't heard and you wasn't loved and you wasn't liked and you wasn't desired and you wasn't wanted because your ass ain't good enough. How dare you? They won't even allow you to live peacefully, comfortably, in misery. You know what I'm saying? And when you live peacefully and comfortably in misery, that's when you have come to terms that life is a bitch. And then you die. That's where you come to terms where, you know what? I'm 40. Yeah, it's heartbreaking that I've wasted my time. I've given my time, my energy, my body to people who just wanted to use me for sex. I haven't had sex. I haven't been in a relationship with one person who loved me enough to want to marry me. I haven't ever had a real friend in my life. I've never had real love for my family. We've come to terms with that. We've dealt with that. We've dealt with the childhood trauma, the setbacks, the downfalls, the stagnancy, like everything. They won't even let us live peacefully in misery. That's what is overwhelmingly pissed me off about all of this. Because see, when you adaptable, when you know how to go with the flow, with the waves of those oceans, okay? When you know how to cope, when you know how to survive, even in the worst of circumstances, you still being fucked with. It's not enough you got nothing and nobody. It's not enough you making it off the bare minimum. It's not enough you in isolation and seclusion. It's not enough you have no friends, no family, no lovers. It's not enough you this old and you don't have a career. You know what I'm saying? Your career hasn't taken off. It's not, none of that is enough. Meanwhile, they still fucking with you. They're wasting years of your life that you can't get the fuck back and just wasting your time. Until they're able, until you too old for any of that other shit to matter anyway. Love, marriage, career, family, all of that shit. And by then, you just peacefully wait until it's your turn to die. They won't even allow you to live peacefully in misery like that after they have sabotaged and ruined your entire fucking life. That's how you know. They the real definition of mental illness. I don't give a damn how sophisticated or educated they are. I don't give a damn what bloodline they come from, what sect they claim, how much money they got. I don't give a damn about their privileges, their positions, their titles, their roles, or any of that. They are mentally ill. They are demonically possessed. You gotta be. And they didn't even stop there. Like, these people, they be forcing people to homelessness. They want to see people homeless and on the streets, starving. Without transportation, without proper clothing, without a job, because they love flexing their muscles. Or we say whether or not you got a job or not. We say whether or not you got money or not. We say whether or not you can be in a relationship or not. We say whether or not you can feel peaceful or happy or not, because we can fuck that up at any time just by turning up the frequencies, mind controlling your ass, and manipulating and controlling your entire fucking existence. Because we're big and you're small. We're right and you're wrong. There's nothing you can do about it. Type bullshit. It's fuckery though. It's fuckery. And it's a damn shame when you come to terms with the fucked up world that we live in and say, you know what? Okay. Okay. Love ain't in the cards for me this lifetime. Happiness, abundance, fulfillment might not be in the cards for me this lifetime. Yeah, the world might not see me as the most attractive or the most sought after or the most loved or desired or appreciated or anything. Okay, that's fine. I don't have no problem with being by myself. I don't have my problem with. See, they used to see most people. There's a like I was telling y'all earlier. There's a lot of people who have had complete mental breaks from the moment that they realized they looked up that day and they had nobody. When they looked up and they didn't have no family, they didn't have no friends, they didn't have no lovers. They was just out there on their own. They was by themselves, and the struggle got hard, and they began losing things. They went into this tailspin of mental conflict, and they lost themselves, and they wasn't able to come back. There are many of people who have been afflicted in that way, and they did give up. And that is what the enemy depends on. But those of us who are strong-willed and strong-minded, those of us who have a backbone, those of us who are free-thinking people, who use our own minds, who thinks for ourselves, who don't allow the establishment to think for us, those of us who ain't going along with the status quo, the propagandas and the agendas, those of us who know our worth for real, whether you know it or believe it or not. Because I'm not going to be a nobody or less than just because you think so. I feel the same way about myself that you feel about yourself. Any wealthy, elite, glamorous, beautiful, handsome person, how you feel about yourself, how I feel about myself. And on outer appearance, I might not have everything that you got, but what the fuck make you think that I shouldn't feel that way about myself? As if I do have it, because I do have it, whether your naked eye can see it or not. See, they don't know about that. That's a level of manifestation they think regular simpletons is incapable of. We didn't program you to think like that. Who taught you that? That's why they like studying our minds and different things like that. How you think the way you think. Who taught you that? We didn't program that in you. How dare you feel that way about yourself? That's what's going on, y'all. Yeah, that's what's going on. This is the truth that the powers that be don't want you to know. Okay? Any other messages, Spirit? Yeah. Spirit is saying these people are petty. They petty, they're immature, they're small-minded, and they insignificant as drama that they cause in other people's lives, Spirit is saying. Yeah. But I'm gonna wrap this reading up, y'all. I really feel like we may touch bases on this topic, you know, some other time at a later date or what have you, because I really feel like there is so much more that can be said. Okay, Spirit wants you to know, collective, if you are a real targeted individual, you are protected by the angels. There is some rainbow of blessings that is coming in for you that these wicked, evil people is not going to be able to stop or to block here, okay? These hidden influences here. An unseen force exerts control over criminal activities, manipulating events from behind the scenes. That's these wicked, supposed elite, wealthy persons in power that call themselves running and ruling and controlling the world. Yeah, they even have secret collaborators. An unknown partner in criminal activities remain hidden while contributing to the scheme. These be the insignificant, low vibrational ass damn people that the hidden influencers. You see how you can see this person's face here? You see how they got that what is that, a magnifying scope here or what have you? Uh these are people that be watching you, stalking you, harassing. These are people on the lower level that they recruit. You see how this person in all black and their back is turned, you can't see their face and shit? These are hidden influencers. Okay? Yeah. The hidden deceivers. A person who employs deceitful tactics to maintain others and commit crimes. Yeah. This is the person, this is the middleman between the hidden influencers that pays the secret collaborators. You see how his face mask, you can't see his face either, but his face mask is made of money. He's the one that gives out the incentives. Yeah. But somebody has broken some type of oath here. Betraying a solemn promise triggers a chain of revenge-driven criminal acts here. These people gonna start going down. Okay? Yeah. They also plan some type of phantom heist here. Meticulously planned robbery is executed flawlessly with no trace left behind here. That was them who was trying to steal your wealth, your legacy, and different things here that rightfully belong to you here. Shadows of vengeance here. A personal vendetta fuels a series of calculated criminal acts, Spirit is saying. Okay? Yeah. Beneath the surface, hidden layers of criminal activities are uncovered, revealing a deeper scheme. So, you know, this has been exposed. The people that is involved have been exposed, your Spirit is saying. Yeah, again, the cunning deceivers. You see, again, this person in all black. You can't see their face. They got their back to you. A master of disguise uses clever tactics to commit crimes without detection. That's them. The hidden hand here. An influential figure directs criminal activities from behind the scenes, evading detection here. You see this person here again with the money here? I'm telling you, it's all about the money. You got a bunch of sorry jokers around here. You'd be surprised what people do for money. These bitches will kill their own kids, their own mamas, their own grandmamas, granddaddies, siblings, all kinds of shit. Friends, lovers, for money. Fame, fortune, attention, recognition, positions, titles, and roles and shit. Yeah. I'm seeing misguided justice here. They was going to wrongfully convict you of a crime or an accusation that leads to further criminal acts driven by a quest for revenge. This was their plan. With this misguided justice here. Now, never mind the fact of all the federal offenses they have committed against you, all the evil, wicked, sinister things against you. With misguided justice here, they were going to a wrongful conviction or accusation leads to further criminal acts driven by a quest revenge. Didn't I tell you that they was going to either imprison you or institutionalize you, and they were going to blood sacrifice you, they were going to kill you? That's what that death was. They were going to wrongly convict you, accuse you of an accusation, get you locked up somewhere, and then further criminal acts was going to be done to you out of a quest for revenge, Spirit is saying. Yeah. Web of corruption is at the bottom of the deck. These people is, look at this shit. A network of corrupt individuals collaborates to manipulate systems for personal gain. They've been manipulating systems around you. Your employers, your landlords, your neighbors, your doctors. All kinds of shit. A web of corruption, a whole network of individuals is involved in this shit, y'all. But I'm going to leave it here. I hope this gave you the truth and the clarity that you were seeking pertaining to a situation you may be dealing with, or pertaining to a situation that you may notice someone else is dealing with if you are cross-watching. When I said that, I just seen 33 on my timer here, okay? Just let you know I'm on point. They always got, you know, the numerologists are always in there, hun. The signs and the symbols is always, they're always around, child. Okay? For those of you who would like to contact me, you can do so at tip.diamond.36@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is shine bright like a diamond 36 with the underscore between each word. For any person who is interested in donating to the channel, it is greatly appreciated. I do thank you all in advance. You can do so through Cash App, which is $tipdiamond36, or through PayPal, which is paypal.me/@36diamond. As always, guys, y'all take care of yourself, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, honey. Remember, this is a wicked, wicked world that we live in. There's wickedness in high places, and there is evil that is lurking around each and every corner, even in a neighborhood near you. So you'll watch your surroundings, watch the company you keep, watch surroundings in the company in which your children are in as well. And considering the fact that you never know when someone may betray you, backstab you, try to hurt you, or harm you, honey, keep you some protection on you. Y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared, because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God. Whoever you are in hermit mode, but your light shines very brightly, okay? They want to stop you and block you from your destiny. What has been destined, what has been written, your life purpose, your fate, okay? They want to stop and block your passions, this wealth, this abundance coming in. They don't like the fact that you're a high priestess, that you know the truth, that you know clarity. They didn't want you to be stable, secure, happy, abundant, have a family, have marriage, have fulfillment. None of that. But you are protected by the angels, and a rainbow of blessings is coming in for you anyway. They wanted to steal your wealth, your land. You know what I'm saying? They want to steal your essence, your energy, your soul, your life. And it took a whole network, a whole scheme of teams, plotting and planning and scheming, working against you to do this to you. But this is not God's doing. This is not the Creator, the Most High's doing. This is not karma. This is not a judgment or any of that shit. This is an injustice. You have been a victim of injustices. Some of us, since you were a child. It's just even worse now. And that's a matter of fact. That's what they never wanted you to know. Lucifer, not even Lucifer was given permission to do this to you. So that means the big, bad, bold people that think they running, ruling, controlling the world with all their wealth and eliteness or whatever, they overrode Lucifer with their demonically possessed ass. So they don't even respect the God that they claim, that they worship. If God didn't give Lucifer the permission to do this to you, what in the fuck make you think that even Lucifer gave them permission to do this to you? He's some sick, twisted ass individuals that didn't create planet Earth nor humanity. But somehow, somewhere along the line, somebody died and left their ass in charge. Or so they think. And they think they have the right to use and abuse and manipulate and control people any way that they see fit to maintain their status, their wealth, and their positions. Well, the truth is not. The veil has been lifted. And the chosen ones, the earth angels here in this world, we are not blinded by the bullshit. That's today's message, guys. Till the next time. Peace.